Please don't spoil the movie.
By adding your own soundtrack. Hello, I am Jessica Day.
And I am Meredith Grey.
Hold on. And welcome back to Please Don't
Spoil the Movie.
Who?
Meredith Grey.
Meredith Grey. It sounds so familiar. I can't think of it.
I'll give you a hint. You don't watch the show.
Is it Scandal?
Close.
Oh, is it How Do We Get Away with Murder? No?
Still close, but still no. Meredith Grey.
Meredith Grey. It's not you don't watch the hospital show that she has.
I don't have to watch it to give a name.
Oh, okay. Well, Grey's Anatomy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I refuse to watch that show. It's too long.
It's so depressing. Everybody dies.
Yeah. It's like the main characters.
Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out, is anybody in hospital never like, why the fuck does everybody in this hospital always fucking die? Not including the patients.
Just for casting. Sorry. It's just funny.
And not even just die. We all die tragically. No one's wondering what the fuck that's about.
Why can't I just quit and go to a new hospital? Why must I?
Yeah. Why do I have to die in a fiery car crash and my body is so burnt alive that I'm unrecognizable and I go into the hospital as John Doe and no one can identify me? Then I die, and then after my death, that's when my coworkers realize who the fuck I am.
What fucking, who was that?
Who fucking knows? But one of those motherfuckers had that plot line.
Oh, someone had that?
Yeah, they like died, they got in a car accident, was mangled. Uh-huh. No one knew and he worked in the hospital, nobody knew who he was. And then, like, 5 minutes before he died, they all realized who he was, and he died.
Since when did you watch Grey's Anatomy?
I don't.
Oh.
I do not.
Okay, I was about to say.
I had a friend back in the day who did watch it, mm-hmm. and she told me to, like, watch one episode that was, like, a season finale, and I was like... Yeah. Bitch, I was like, Amanda, I don't know any of the characters. I don't know anybody's name. I don't know any backstory. You're talking about, this is like season like 8. I was like, we're 7 seasons in. I don't know anything that's going on. I was like, I'm not watching that. And she was like, you have to watch it.
Right.
So I watched it.
Uh-huh.
Bitch, boo fucking hooing. I didn't know anybody's name. I didn't know nothing about nothing. And I was like, oh my god, why is this happening right now? Bitch, what tears, happened? Waterworks, drama.
Does everyone die, or was it like a...
It was, and this is another reason why everybody should be like, we should stop working at this hospital because this hospital fucking sucks.
Haunted.
A shooter came into the fucking hospital, was shooting everybody up in that bitch, and everybody was dying. I was like, damn. It was so sad.
Right.
It was so sad. And there was this girl, I don't know why I remember her name. This is the only episode of Grey's Anatomy that I've ever seen in my entire life. The girl's name was Reed. The gunman shot Reed, and somebody, I think she was kind of like not like a main character, like, you know, I wouldn't even say like a secondary character, maybe like a third-dairy character.
They put her on the show to die.
Probably. But like, I think one of like the secondary characters was like really, really into her, and she like dies. Aww. And it was so sad. Because the gunman shoots her.
Got it.
And then the gunman had like a standoff with like the chief of the hospital.
Oh.
And it was like, oh my god. And that's kind of like how it ended.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my god, did the gunman die or the chief of the hospital die?
Right.
And that's kind of where that went.
Yeah, won't be watching that.
Don't.
But I have been wanting to watch Scrubs lately. They've been everywhere.
Those two,
what's up with those two?
Those two guys, yeah, they've been everywhere. I feel like they're always everywhere together.
Yeah, I mean, that's their stick, but I'm just like, do they have a podcast? Like, what's going on? Like,
what's going on, yeah.
It's like randomly their careers are doing great commercially.
Yeah, they're like doing like T-Mobile commercials together or some shit.
Like, is there a group of millennials who are now in charge and like, gotta put those Scrubs people back?
Gotta get those two back on there. We need them back on our television screens.
So how was your weekend?
What's going on? Oh, how was my weekend?
Yeah.
I guess I'll go first. What did I do? Went to a baby shower for my friend's little brother.
Oh.
My
friend's little brother.
Carmen's little brother.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. And then Sunday, I stunted with my former stunt partner.
Yeah, what was that?
That's a bitch is rusty. I said, oh my God. Ugh. Wrist was hurting.
You had to get that video when you stunted.
Toes was hurting.
At Mardi Gras.
What video? Oh. I got it.
Oh, you got it? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You need to post it on TikTok.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah. Maybe I will. Yeah, I should have posted it when it was Mardi Gras season, but...
It's okay. We could just say, having flashbacks to Mardi Gras. I don't know.
I would say something more like having flashbacks of when I was an NFL cheerleader and wrongly accused of being toxic by hating ass bitches who were actually toxic, and they were the real toxic ones, and I was innocent and I minded my business and I was non-confrontational, and all I did was show up to practice, do my job, and go home and go to sleep. But yet these same girls who accused me of being toxic were actually the toxic ones. They were sleeping with teammates, they were bullying teammates, they actually had a letter written about them the following year by an anonymous source that they were not fit to be on the team. The anonymous source wasn't me, by the way, it was somebody else. And all of these things transpired about these people, but yet I was labeled as the toxic one when these girls who were actually toxic and tried to vilify me, nothing was done about them. And they remained on the team, they remained having a captain position, and now they have created a even more toxic environment. A lot of people have chosen to left the team and no longer pursue being on that team.
Really?
And even the coach said that they probably would not take them back, but yet I was the toxic one. I would put something like that.
And then at the end, but I still miss stunning.
But I still miss cheering.
I still would love a stunning.
Shout out to my former stunt partner.
Oh my God, you totally should. Whenever you can have a TikTok series, you probably blow up. The time I was an NFL cheerleader.
Oh, babe, I'm just waiting for the right moment. That's already on the agenda. I'm just waiting for the right video. But I might use that one. You never know.
Yeah. Okay. How was Carmen? You saw Carmen. Did she forgive you for missing her birthday?
Oh my God, yes. I completely forgot her birthday, but all was well. She was like, I didn't care. She got the flowers that I sent her. I sent her flowers.
Oh, okay.
And it took she didn't get them the first day, because at first I didn't know if they were delivered.
Yeah.
Because I just called up this random flower shop in Houston. Mm-hmm. And they were just like, oh, and they told me oh, your flowers have been delivered. I didn't see a picture of the flowers. They didn't confirm what address they sent it to. They just sent me a text oh, your flowers were delivered from a random number. And I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to accept this as proof?
Right.
So then I had to call them there. They sent a picture, but she had never went and picked it up. Then I had to call her mom. I'm like, can you tell her to pick up these flowers, but make it seem like it's a secret, waiting for her downstairs. Then she picked up the flowers, and she ain't called me. I'm like, this bitch pissed at me. She done got these flowers and still ain't called me. Uh-huh. But she called me, so it was fine. And then I gave her another gift on top of that, so.
Okay. And she just so happened to be coming in town?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's for her brother's baby shower.
Sure. Got it. Oh, good. Have you been watching anything lately?
No. I have not. Have you?
I saw Mickey 17. I went to the movie theater and I watched it.
What the fuck
is really good. That movie with Robert Pattinson. And you were saying that someone on TikTok was like, this is the one movie with
what is
Black
that
girl. About? It's a feature, sci-fi. But Robin Pattinson's character gets he signed up to be an experimental person, so his DNA gets he's cloned. So he has all these clones and he keeps dying and getting reborn so they can do tests on, because they're traveling to some new Earth or place or whatever. So they're doing tests on him, so he keeps dying and reborn. And then at one point, there's accidentally 2 of him at the same time, and then it kind of just plays out. And the black girl is dating
Robert?
Mickey. I was saying, I wanted to say Robert, then I wanted to say his character's name, and then I got Ricky. But Mickey. Robert Pattinson. It was really good. It was, huh? Yeah.
You fool!
It was so good, and Robert Pattinson great actor. The black girl, great. Naomi, I think is her name. Pretty sure. In real life. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. I had the whole movie theater to myself. I was joked. I was laughing. I was screaming.
You had the whole theater to yourself, huh?
It was small, but yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, good. I'm glad Naomi did her thing.
She did.
Let's see more of Naomi.
You know, who else? That other girl's in the movie. Ayo. What's her name? Ayo. The black girl that we like who's funny.
Oh, Ayo Davis? No. That's not her name. Ayo Elderberry or something like that.
I know. Sorry.
Elderberry. We probably are.
Oh no, we are. It's Ayo. You know what? I'm
it's spelled like Ayo, but I think it's pronounced Ayo.
Let's just take a moment to say this black girl's name right. Ayo. It's Ayo. What's her last name?
It's like Elderberry.
Elderberry cannot be it. Elderberry is like the a debris. You hear me?
I was close.
Yeah, you're saying elderberry like the medicine.
I thought there was an L.
No. There's no L.
What is it?
E-D-E-B.
Edderberry?
Edderberry.
Close enough. Her. She was in there?
No. She's in another movie that I wanted to see that was in theaters that I had no idea about.
Yeah, I've only heard about that movie that she's in like once or twice. I've never seen a commercial for it. I heard it wasn't that good though.
It's an A24. So let's see. 75% of Google users liked it. 42 on Rotten Tomatoes. So it's probably like
a 60.
Yeah. But it's A24. A young writer travels to the remote compound of a legendary pop star who mysteriously disappeared 30 years ago, surrounded by a cult of psychopaths and intoxicated. No, that's not the word. I don't know. It's social. I don't know what that word is. An intoxicated journalist. She soon finds herself in the middle of a twisted plan. It kind of that summary kind of reminds me of Blink Twice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I wasn't listening when you read it, but what I did vaguely hear, it didn't sound anything like Blink Twice.
You shut up. A young writer travels to a remote compound of a legendary pop star who mysteriously disappeared 30 years ago. That part.
Maybe the remote compound part. That's
it's a cult. It seems like culty, but that was in movie theaters. I might go see it.
Is she the pop star or is she the reporter?
She is the reporter, a young writer. Pop star, yeah. But she's the main character.
Who's the pop star, I wonder?
Let's see. Pop star is played by... I think it's John Malkovich.
It's a guy.
I think so. I could be wrong. But I think he's...
No, it's probably this chick.
Yeah.
It's probably this chick.
So what is he doing in there?
Stephanie.
I think he has a... Okay, let me see. Alfred Morato is the 90s pop star. Okay. No, it's John Malkovich.
Oh.
It says 90s pop star superstar Alfred Morato comes out of retirement. And Alfred Morato is played by John Malkovich. He's a 90s pop star.
Okay, fun. What else?
Yellow Jackets is kicking up. White Lotus is killing it. I know you don't like it, but it's so good.
I can't.
What else? I started that new Who Done It show that's on Netflix right now with old girl from Orange is the New Black. What is her name? The crazy one. Crazy Eyes. Crazy Eyes? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Have you seen that? Or heard about it?
Mm-mm.
She plays like a detective. Someone was murdered at the White House. It's called The Residence.
Oh.
It's an 8 episode series.
Interesting.
So yeah, I've been watching that.
Very, very interesting.
Liar. You're on your phone. You're not paying attention.
I'm trying to find these damn notes. So when it's time for us to talk about the movie that we're doing, they're ready and prepared. I heard what you said. Mm-hmm. Crazy Eyes. The president. Right?
The president what? Crazy Eyes, the president did what?
Mystery. Intrigue.
Shut up. It's a whodunit.
There you go.
Someone dies at the White House.
There you go.
And she's a detective.
All right.
Sorry. I got a job.
You did?
Yeah.
A new one?
Yeah.
Wait. So are you not gonna go back to the IRS?
Oh hell no.
Wait. Okay, let's talk about that because you got a communication saying that they were going to give you back pay and that you were reinstated. Now, why do you think
administration leave?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
I think I'm going to get fired because the IRS is doing a RIF, which is a reduction in force in May. So,
didn't they already do that shit?
No, this was an illegal firing. A RIF.
So now they're gonna make it. Now they're gonna make it legal.
Legal, because there's a legal way to do a RIF. You gotta give people like 90 days notice that you're gonna be fired. You're supposed to get them severance. I don't think I'll be getting much, even if I was there, because I would have only been there for 6 months. Usually the probationary employees are the first ones to go. That and like people who are ready to retire. So, I was going to get fired in May anyways. But I'm on administrative leave. I'm supposed to be getting my first check either Friday or Monday.
So have you gone back at all?
I'm on administrative leave.
So
I ain't got nothing to go back to.
So you're not going back?
As of right now.
No.
I don't. If they call me to the office, I don't know what would happen.
Okay.
I don't have to go into the office. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm asking. Yeah. Okay, so what's the new job then?
It's a state job.
Another government job.
That was a federal government. This is state government. It's a difference.
Okay, is this the one where you said you like the people?
No. It was the one I did. I thought the lady didn't like me. I was like,
oh, really? Okay, so what was this? Because I remember there was a job you applied for. You really liked the people, but you were overqualified.
Yeah, that was the people. Yeah, those people. I was overqualified. Yeah, I didn't get that
But
one.
This isn't that job. This is something else.
Yeah.
Are you qualified for this job?
Yes.
Yeah. What is it?
It's like grant work or something, accounting.
Oh. Well, grant work and accounting are different. Yeah. Are you doing accounting for the grants?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying you're doing grant work. I was like, well, that's nowhere near.
Well, yeah, no, obviously I'm not creating a grant. I'm reviewing someone's grant to make sure their money is allocated to the right.
Okay. How do you feel? How much are they paying? You can edit it out.
Like 73, 72, something like that.
All right.
Yeah. But the last girl I worked with was telling me that, like, or I think they walk away with more on their checks as opposed to everybody else. Because when we got our first paycheck, she was like, what the fuck is this? They took out all this money. I was like, yeah. What did you expect? Huh?
I'm confused.
Like, when we got our first IRS check, she was like, okay, this is not what I was expecting. They took out way more.
Who is she?
The girl I used to work with. I don't know. The girl I used to work at the IRS. She came from the state. She's worked for the state for 17 years.
Okay, that's what you... I wasn't... Okay. That wasn't made clear.
Sorry. This girl that I worked with at the IRS used to work for the state. When we got our first IRS check, she was very confused about the amount of money that came out. And I was like, girl, this is what I was expecting. What's the confusion? Oh. But I guess at the state, she usually walks away with more money in her check. So, and they don't have Social Security, which is a crazy concept to me. So that should be interesting.
I don't know what any of that means, but
Social Security every time, Social Security comes out your check.
Sure.
Well, you don't need to really worry about it because by the time you retire,
right? By the time I'm retired, it won't be accessible. Yeah, I know it'll come out of my check for the people who are on Social Security now, but I know I'm not getting it. So I don't
know what Social Security is.
I thought you meant it in a different concept.
No, I know. Like,
I thought you meant it in a different concept that I wasn't familiar with.
No, I meant in the regular account when it comes to my paycheck. So I won't have Social Security coming out. The state does their own thing, I guess. Oh. Which is confusing because it's like, so what? I don't know. I think it's just weird.
Right.
It's just missing. Whatever. I guess it'll all work out, but we shall see.
We shall see.
I don't have a start date yet. And you know what? I hope it's not. I kind of hope it's like after when we go to Chicago.
Oh yeah,
that'd be great. But I had to do a background. I think I'm waiting on a background check. I had to do a drug test Monday, so I guess I'm waiting for that shit to come in
to be done. Okay.
So yeah,
how do you feel about it? I know you're not excited.
Yeah. It'd be weird to go back to work. Like, I'm just like, I just wake up. It's gonna be weird to be like, I guess I gotta go to the office now.
Yeah, back to work. Baby.
I've been at home and employed for too long. I like this life. No,
it's nice, ain't it?
Yeah. I wish I could have a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like 1 week on, one week off, because
in a perfect world, but we don't live in one of those.
Yeah, we don't. But I'm curious to see how they do things over there, what the vibe is.
Speaking of galas and parties.
No. What? Galas and parties?
I know that's nothing of which we spoke of, but think galas and parties.
I don't even consider that to be part of the movie.
It's like a gala.
I guess.
A sesquicentennial. I'm gonna say that goddamn word. Sesquicentennial.
Stupid. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you. Thinking of galas and parties, or sesquicentennials. Think 100 years. Think I need a date to the dance. Think two people from two completely opposite ends of the social spectrum, but yet they're so close to each other physically because they're neighbors. Think high school burnout against the status quo. Think socialite, Little Miss Popular, Little Miss Priss. Think I want to date you to make my ex jealous. Think I want to date you to make this guy who curved the fuck out of me jealous. Think absentee father. Think unfortunately deceased mother. Think makeover. Think senior year. Think jocks, populars, dweebs. And that leads us to, drumroll please, Drive me crazy.
I just can't see.
You drive me crazy.
Okay, why don't you start with when I was singing? Like, why would you start from the beginning? Like, I was already singing it. Supposed to hop in.
This isn't about
Duet me. Britney Spears. The soundtrack of this movie.
A song on the soundtrack. Nicole, played by Melissa Joan Hart, and Chase, played by Adrian Grenier, live next door to each other but are worlds apart. However, their universe collides when they plot a scheme to date each other in order to attract the interest and jealousy of their respective romantic prey. But in the weeks leading up to a gala centennial celebration, Nicole and Chase find that the one they always wanted was closer than they ever thought.
Wonderful. Love is in the air.
The film is a teen romantic comedy directed by John Schultz and screenplay by Rob Thomas. The film is based on the 1998 novel How I Created My Perfect Prom Date by Todd Strasser.
That's a terrible title.
I like it. How I Created My Perfect Prom Date.
It's kind of like how I turned someone hideous into like, it's very like controlling.
It sounds very like 1999-esque. How I turned my loser friend into prom king and now I'm in love with him. Hello? It's like the premise of every 90s movie.
Just like when you say it like that, it just sounds terrible.
It sounds perfect. It sounds on brand to me. The movie was filmed in and around Salt Lake City, Utah. The high school scenes were filmed at a local high school, and the dance club scene was filmed inside the now closed Club Vortex.
Yeah.
Fascinating stuff.
Why would they shoot in Utah?
A lot of movies have, in the 90s, it appears, have been shot in Utah. Don't Look Under the Bed was shot in Utah.
That's concerning. I
Why?
don't trust it. It's a darker message
Those
there.
damn...
I don't want to shit on the Mormons.
Not to shit on the Mormons or anything.
Yeah, but I don't like it. Like, why would you shoot in Utah?
Something ain't right.
It's too cold there. Like, unless we're doing a winter movie, why are we here?
It's not cold during, like, the summer.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like, why?
I mean, I'm sure that's when they shoot it. It's probably cheaper. Just like how motherfuckers shoot down here.
Yeah, but we have beautiful weather all the time.
We do not have beautiful weather all the time.
Most of the time.
It's the devil's icebox ass down here.
I feel like it's easier to shoot in heat than it is blizzards and snow on the ground. But anyway, sure.
Originally entitled Next to You, the film's title was changed to Drive Me Crazy after one of the songs from its soundtrack, You Drive Me Crazy, by Britney Spears, was released.
Good choice.
Yeah. The all-American rock band, The Donnas, also appeared in the movie under the name The Electrocutes. They were also featured on the film's soundtrack. And the film was distributed by 20th Century Fox and was released on October 1st, 1999.
Okay, right before the 2000s.
That's right. The Centennial, the New Millennium. Literally every movie was released in 1999. This movie, Never Been Kissed, I'm pretty sure. She's All That. 10 Things I Hate About You might have been 97. Close enough.
It was 99.
It was?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to fact check you because I don't believe you.
I know. It was
99. Everything was released in 99. Like every movie.
Yeah.
That was a tough year.
They're like, this is the last year we're going to be able to do this bullshit.
Yeah, we're not doing this shit anymore for this. Okay. Budget.
10 million.
Oh, check you out. Not bad.
I was
8.5.
Okay. I was being generous with that.
Oh, really? Box office.
Okay. 20.
Look at you. The movie grossed $22.6 million worldwide, making it a moderate box office success.
Okay. Moderate. Take a little song.
Yeah, moderate.
That's how it used to be, but now Marvel is like, I want $200 billion.
I'm gonna pour $500 million monies into this movie so I can make $800 million.
Right, and if I don't get it back,
and I know I'm only gonna make $800 million, and I'm still gonna put $500 million into it and be mad that I only profit $300 million because I want $12 billion, even I know that's not achievable.
They really ruined the film.
Why do y'all make movies that cost like $600 billion? To know that you're probably cost $600 million, to know that you're probably only gonna make like, if you're fucking lucky, $1 billion.
I think some of it's money laundering. You know that new movie?
You think Marvel's a front for a money laundering scheme?
Some of, not specifically Marvel, but some of them. That new movie with Billy Bobby Brown and that guy from Parks and Rec. They had a new movie on Netflix. I don't know. Everybody on TikTok's been talking about it. I don't know if everybody on TikTok's been talking about it. It's just like sometimes I follow movies. It's called The Electric State. But it's Millie Bobby Brown and...
So I don't know if everyone's talking about it. Sometimes I just follow movies.
And it's Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt. But Jay, let me name all the people in the movie. They got Anthony Mackie in the fucking movie. Stanley Tucci.
I love Stanley Tucci.
Kei Hong Quinn. The guy from... the guy who won the Oscar. He was in... the Asian guy who won an Oscar.
Oh, he was in Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
And The Goonies, I can think of it.
Yeah.
This movie. It was like so many people. Wait. What was this fucking movie? I was like, Who is it in it? I don't know how to say. Coleman, Domingo.
Oh, it's a Domingo.
Woody fucking Harrison.
Oh,
Michelle Yeoh was in it. Yo. She was in it too. They had some people. The budget was like $300 million, and they were going crazy on TikTok. They were like, what the fuck? Did y'all really need to spend all this money on this movie? I don't even think it did well on Netflix. You know, you can't really tell.
It's just like, what about these movies are costing that much?
I don't know. See, but that to me felt like money laundering. Because I was like, there's no way. And there's no reason why y'all needed to put... They had
something's
so many,
up.
And they just had too many big names. Y'all had Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt. That's all you need. And maybe Woody Harrison. But they had like too many people who required a check. And then no one liked it. I actually thought it was pretty good. I actually really liked it.
What is it about?
It's about... it's like in the future, robots...
Typical.
Humans use robots, but they're like funny looking robots. They're not like Will Smith's robots from the movie Robots. They're like robots like you would see at Disney World, like caricatures or whatever. But anyway, they look
very robotic.
No, not even very robotic. They look cartoonish.
Oh.
Like a cartoon, like a Mr. Peanut Head was a robot. I don't know. But
fuck that means.
they were created to serve humans, and then they developed emotional intelligence or whatever, and then they wanted to not do that shit anymore. Then there was a war, and then the humans fought back eventually when they developed robots. And Millie Bobby Brown's brother died, and he came back as a robot to help do something, and they should go save him. I didn't mind it. I thought it was decent, but people fucking hated it, and they were really upset about that price tag. They were pissed off.
I mean, that's a good point, though. I couldn't see a reality where like that's being done. I saw a tweet once.
Yeah.
When like the new season of like Only Murders in the Building was like released, and like someone was like, "Who the fuck is watching this show?" I'm almost convinced that it's a money laundering scheme.
Yes.
And I was like, "Well, hold on, I'm fucking watching it. It's actually pretty good." But I can believe that to be true. Not about Only Murders, but just in general.
Yeah, the budget.
But or maybe that just goes to show somebody's watching it somewhere, because he thought Only Murders is a money laundering scheme. But I'm very much tuned in to that television program.
Right. And like they went, you know, like Emmys. Is that it? Emmys all the time. I want to say Oscar.
Emmys, yeah.
So they're not like...
Well, I don't know if they've won any, but they get nominated all the time.
So that's helpful. So you know it's not just like... What the fuck?
That's helpful.
But I get it. But it was like it was $200 million on a Netflix movie.
Yeah, it's like absurd.
Absurd.
For a Netflix film?
It's absurd.
What the fuck? How y'all even like... And that's another thing. Like, I don't get it with like Netflix films, because like...
How do y'all value? How you get your return?
You don't get ticket sales.
Right. And then like, do they...
I don't get it.
I'm assuming they have an algorithm that's like... Okay.
So yeah, like you might get, like, oh, it was the most watched film on Netflix. Okay, congratulations, but how did you make money off of that?
Right.
Because you're making money off of our subscription.
Yes. And then I've been hearing talk about how I feel like every now and then there's a TikTok and someone's like, they're gonna make us watch commercials again on these streaming services. And I'm like, they sure the fuck are.
No, they definitely are. They're doing it now. I paid for the fucking ad-free subscription on Paramount Plus, and guess what I still fucking get?
No.
Ads, bitch. I said I'm paying for the ad-free subscription. They put it at the beginning.
Oh, no.
They like, and you can't skip it. I'm like, just because it's not coming in the middle, like a commercial does, and it's going to like a commercial break, you showing me an ad at the beginning of this episode is still a motherfucking ad.
It's barbaric.
And I kind of want to sue them for it. Yeah. Like, I kind of want to start a class action. Yeah.
Shit, right. Like, who do I need to contact for this?
Who do I need to contact? Because this is a fucking ad.
There probably will be you probably said it, and there's probably one in development.
There's already one in the works, and guess what? I'm going to put my name on it, too.
Right. There's someone who's already been, like, peep gaming. Like, absolutely not.
Fuckers. Okay. Back to what the fuck we're talking about. Back to what the fuck we're here for. We did that already. That's how we got here.
I know. I was saying that's what we left off. Better.
Yeah. That's all I have. Oh, I guess I'll go through the cast. Melissa Joan Hart as Nicole Maris, a 90s icon. Adrian Grenier as Chase Hammond. Stephen Collins as Mr. Maris. You know, Nicole's father. The guy, the dad from Seventh Heaven. And the husband in The First Wives Club. William Converse Roberts as Mr. Hammond. That would be Chase's father. Faye Grant as Mrs. Maris. That would be Nicole's mother. Susan May Pratt as Alicia. Is it Alicia?
Alicia.
No,
Alicia.
Alicia?
I think it is. Alicia. Her and the other girl name. I'm like, why y'all do this stuff?
I know.
Dolce, wasn't it? Not Dolce.
Yeah, it might as well be Dulcie. Allie Lauder as Dulcie. She next on here. Chris Park as Ray, one of Chase's friends. Allie Lauder as Dulcie, Chase's girlfriend. Mark Webber as Dave, Chase's other friend. Oh, and I guess I just will point out that Susan May Pratt, who plays Alicia, Alyssa, whatever the fuck her name is Nicole's friend. And Carrie Lynn Pratt as Judy D. Vine, a former fat girl turned popular, or overweight, hefty gal. They called her that, not me.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Jay, have you heard that the dad from Seven Heaven is a child molester?
Okay, is that what I saw on TikTok?
Yes.
Is that what I saw? Okay, there's this guy who's on TikTok.
He does the movies.
Yeah, and he talks about, and he posted that TikTok about him being in some documentary, and he was talking about Seven Heaven, and I was like, I know this can't possibly be. It didn't give enough context, and the video didn't give enough context, and I was like, whatever he's talking about, I know they could not be talking about the father from Seventh Heaven.
Right, like I was like, are they just doing like it's been 20 years since Seven Heaven or something like that?
Yeah.
Like, let's just talk about the show. But at the bottom, you'd be like, it was like, what's his name?
No, I saw what it said at the bottom. I saw his little caption, and I was like, I know they're not talking about the dad from Seven Heaven.
No, they were.
What the
No, because you know they like at the bottom of TikTok, they like click on it to find more information. I clicked on it.
Oh yeah,
and it was like child molester. And I was like, the fuck? I was like, what are the chances that we're doing this movie?
When was this released in the press?
I missed it. I was like, what?
Yeah, when did that,
no idea.
Because when you make a documentary on somebody about them being a child molester, it's been in the news or the media for weeks. Like right. Diddy.
I miss.
Like, they make Diddy documentaries now, but we've known he's a creep for almost a year now.
Yeah. Like,
so when the fuck did we find out that the dad from Seven Heaven was a fucking predator?
I missed it. Right. I was like, wait, hold on. Why did no one tell me this?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it wasn't. I would think it would have been bigger news because I totally missed it. Wasn't he? That's not the dad in Smart House. Who's the dad in Smart House?
No, we don't know the dad in Smart House. This is only claim to fame.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, what are the chances that we were doing the movie and I just found out this man's a child molester?
Right.
But yeah, don't support him. I don't know.
Girl, ain't nobody watching Seven Heaven.
I don't know.
Okay, let's begin. The movie that we're talking about. Drive Me Crazy.
One of your
It opens up. It starts with a young Nicole Maris waking up for her typical day at school. Only today, she will be conducting an interview for the up-and-coming Centennial Gala that she is coordinating. So she has it. She's on the committee. The Centennial. I don't know why I want to say Ciscentennial. That's something. A Ciscentennial. Yes, it is
something. No, before you start. Before you fucking try.
That is something. I know it. A Ciscentennial. It's either like 150 or like 50. It's like
I have to take a word for it.
Let me Google it. A Ciscentennial.
Okay. Is what?
It's 150 50 years.
That's crazy.
How you pronounce
I can't
it?
think that far. I can't go that far into the future.
Sesquicentennial. Sesquicentennial. 150 years. So she's planning the Centennial Gala, 100 years in the making of her high school. This is a big deal. Today she has an interview for it to, promote it to the class, to the school, to get them all excited and riled up of what it's about, and et cetera, et cetera. That's what she's doing for the day. And she's on the phone with her BFF, Alyssa, asking what she should wear. Cut to, we're introduced.
And she also wants to impress her crush, Brad.
Yeah. She wants to know what she should wear so she can impress Brad. She has to call up her BFF, Alicia, to get her opinion because she's going to be on the news. Brad's going to see it. She has to look cute. Okay? Cut to, we're introduced to Chase. Chase, room looks a mess. He looks a little greasy. He probably hasn't washed his hair in about 8 or 7 days. He wakes up not looking refreshed. He's the opposite.
Looks like he does drugs.
He looks like he could be on something.
You know what's funny that I noticed?
The makeup on his face?
Oh. No, I didn't. In the beginning scene, his mattress on the floor, and then later scenes, his mattress isn't on the floor. It's on like a bed frame.
Oh.
Randomly, I paid attention to that.
Interesting.
I thought it was odd that his mattress was on the floor. I was like, why is his mattress on the floor? You got money.
Right. We don't actually know that. But Chase wakes up lethargic for the day. He goes down to fix himself a cup of cereal, a bowl of cereal, and he notices that his father is outside getting milk from their next door neighbor, who is none other than Nicole's mother. So Nicole and Chase are married. Chase live with his daddy.
You said
Did I say married?
Yeah, you said married.
Nicole and Chase are neighbors. Nicole living with her mama, Chase living with his daddy. So Chase goes out to get the milk from his father.
And then Nicole comes out to ask her mom can I borrow your shirt? And then they run into each other and the parents are like, oh, wasn't it, y'all are all grown up.
Look at these two. Yeah. They used to play in diapers together and next year they'll be going off to college. You can already tell off bat Nicole and Chase don't want anything to do with this walk down memory lane conversation. They're not crazy. Fucking with each other.
Because they used to be best friends, apparently.
They used to be besties. And Nicole's mother even asked, what happened to you guys? You used to be best friends. To which Nicole replies, junior high happened, Mom. They don't fuck with
So Nicole spends her day prepping for her interview. I was very shocked by the shirt that she wore. I was like, first of all, it's not your mom.
Yeah, first of all, there's no way your mom owns that shirt.
It's a red crop top, but like crop.
It's a crochet crop top.
She looks great.
Your mom's not wearing that.
She looks great, but I was like, okay,
this isn't for the news. Yeah,
I'm surprised your mom let you wear that. But anywho, yes, Nicole's walking to the school. She's showing off her outfit. She's trying to impress Brad. She's trying to get it together. While Chase is with his friends, and they're planning a little prank. Chase and his friends are very anti-establishment.
They're against the status quo. They think everyone in high school are a bunch of sheep.
Yes.
No one can think for themselves. And they are just these free thinker intellects. They are just so, above them because they think outside of the box, etc., etc.
That's crazy.
And so Chase and his friends, Ray, and Dave, who is kind of like a goody-goody two-shoes, he's not really in it. He kind of just like, what's going on? What we doing again? But anywho, these three have plotted to somehow hijack the school's sprinkler system, add red, orange dye paint to the sprinkling system. And then when the sprinklers turn on, everyone in the courtyard, where it's like the hangout spot, they will all be drenched in red, orange paint. So,
and that's what happens.
That's what they do, and that's what the fuck happens. They ruin Nicole's mom's top. They ruin everybody's outfits. People are spilling their coffee because they're like, why are we getting fucking drenched with orange fucking paint right now? And it has all to do with Chase and his besties.
What I thought was the craziest part was that, so they're like, while Nicole and her friends are playing in the courtyard, she reveals they have $16,000 in the budget to plan the dance. I was like, God damn.
$16,000 is a lot. But she also, before they are all doused with sprinkler water, Claire is meeting with the Centennial Committee, and they're discussing, the plans of the Centennial. It's not your typical, dance. It's for alumni and parents as well. So all are invited, because this is, celebrating the 100 years of their high school being opened.
It's a big fucking deal.
It's a big fucking deal. So after Chase's little stunt, him and his friends are pulled into the principal's office. Of course, they're suspended. Duh.
Yeah. But on his way back to class, Chase runs into his girlfriend, Dulce runs into him, traps him in the storage closet. She's very impressed with his little anti-establishment, anti-popularity stunt. She pulls him in the closet, and they make out, and she was like, that was so hot.
That was so fucking hot. You had them all fucking worked up today. They're both, I'll say it later. But she's super turned down. She's super turned on by the fact that he's done this prank. She's like, oh my God, you're so anti-cool people, and I love it.
Yeah. There were a lot. So the next big thing that happens is the basketball game. So Nicole and Alicia are hanging out in the stands. Also in attendance is Brad, who's this.
He's at Brad. The game.
Yeah, well, I was
he's playing in the game.
He's the star of the basketball team, and he's playing. Dave is also there. He is the what do you call this?
The water boy.
He is. There's a better word for it. It's like the assistant manager of the team or something like that.
Maybe the towel boy.
No, that's not what they call them. But I mean, that's basically what he does. But that's not what they call him.
Okay, he's the fucking jockey.
Assistant manager.
He's not the assistant manager. That's you're giving him too much credit, though.
That's what they call them.
He's like
They don't call him water boy. They don't call him towel boy. It's like the manager or something like the assistant.
It's a word in between water boy and assistant manager. It's one of those. Whatever.
Anywho, he's the bitch of the team. But he does this so because he wants to be close to popularity. Deep down inside, he wants to be liked and get in with the cool crowd.
And he thinks this somehow will make him popular by association, but it does not. Yes. So Nicole's in the stands with Alyssa, whatever the fuck her name is, at the football game. At the basketball game. It's basketball. Brad being the star player that he is, he's killing on the court. He actually pulls Dave aside mid-game to get Dave to deliver news to not Nicole, but to Alicia. Nicole sees this. She's like, what the fuck? Why does Brad want to give you news and not me? She thinks that her chances with him are over because she wants to take him to the Centennial. So Alicia looks at Nicole like, bitch, I'm sorry. I don't know what this is about, but I'm about to go see. So Alicia leaves. She returns and she tells Nicole that you're in the clear. Dave called me aside to let me tell you that Brad wants to know what you would do if he were to ask you to the dance. And Nicole looks at Alicia like, okay, well, what did you tell Dave to tell Brad? And Alicia's like, bitch, I told him a real man don't send no jockey to do a real man's bidding. Right. And Nicole's like, why the fuck would you do that? And Alicia's like, don't worry, like, you're good. Like, he's gonna ask you. And Nicole, of course, is super excited. She's super ecstatic because she's like, oh my goodness, I'm going to this dance with one of the most popular boys in school.
I don't know why they're friends because, mind you, had Brad asked Alicia, she would have said yes.
I don't understand her character.
I don't understand her character.
I don't understand. I don't. And, like, the cattiness, the betrayal, the, like, fake frenemy behavior, it came out so randomly. It was just, like, so random. It's like one day she woke up and she was like, I'm gonna be a bitch to my best friend. It just, like, didn't have any rhyme or reason to it.
Also, I'm
like, who are you into right now?
I'm also surprised that she's like into being popular.
That's another thing.
I could kind of see her with chasing them, shitting on the popular people.
That's another thing that I wanted to point out. This circle of popular people is quite the motley crew. Okay? Yes. We've got Alyssa, who's really like a feminist. Feminism does not go with popularity in the 90s. Let's talk about that. Then we have Sue, who's on like the news reporting, committee. She's like the news reporter for the school. But she's black. Okay? Yeah. We got a black in the 90s in the popular crew. I was shocked. Pretty progressive. Then we have a member of the LGBTQA plus community who's also in the popular circle in the 90s, who's hanging out with literal misogynistic jocks. Like, what the fuck is this popularity circle? And then we have Nicole. Nicole's not a goddamn cheerleader. Nicole's not prom queen. I'm like, how is Nicole popular? She's just planning a fucking party. That doesn't make you top tier popular. That makes you like 5th tier, if that. She's not on a sport. She's not a head cheerleader. She's not prom queen. She's not homecoming queen.
Right.
She's probably a virgin, so loser. Hello. I'm confused.
It's very like a modern way of how popularity works in today's time. But not I will say,
I will say I do appreciate the diversity. I really do.
Very diverse.
I was shocked to see it from a 90s film.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it. I love seeing the black girl. I love seeing the feminists. I love seeing the gays. Okay?
It's just surprising.
It's just surprising. Oh. It's shocking.
Yeah.
Hanging out with the jocks? Intermingling with the misogynists?
Yeah.
In 1999?
No, it is a weird group. It's a very weird group. Just like,
oh my God. When they were all sitting together at that diner, I was like, what a fucking motley crew. If I ever fucking saw a group.
Y'all all hate each other. There's no way y'all like each other. It's just no way. Besides the jocks. Also at the game, Brad is doing his thing and he falls on a cheerleader from the opposing
in
team.
the middle of the game. He's trying to get that rebound shot. He's trying to get that triple axel, that 180, that court side, that rebound, that
alley hoop.
Straight off the rim, that alley oop. And he runs into the cheerleader of the opposing high school that they're playing. He falls on top of her, knocks her down. They look at each other and they lock eyes, and it looks like love at first sight. Nicole bears witness to all of this.
I love how he doesn't help her up. He just like, you stay there.
Back to the game, real douchebag material.
Yeah, like while that's going on, Chase and his friends are at their hipster hangout. When I saw that scene, I was like, y'all are too young to be this anti-establishment.
Y'all are too young to have so much angst.
To have all this hard ass. And what does it say?
Y'all are too young to have all this goddamn teenage angst.
Oh my God, girl. It's a lot. Like, they make fun of the popular people. It's a lot of hatred to have.
Exactly.
At such a young age. Because y'all don't really need to hate anything. Just enjoy being teenagers. Wait a little bit before y'all like hate
before y'all hate the world. Look, you got time, I'm telling you. You got a lot of time.
Do this shit in college.
Don't waste it on the teen years.
Right. Don't waste it on dances to celebrate the fact school been around 100 years,
So they're at this like underground fucking coffee shop that has like no fucking lights in it. And they're sitting amongst each other. It's Chase, it's Dulcie, it's Chase's friend Ray, who's like a filmmaker, an aspiring filmmaker. Then we have like some 2 other randoms that are there. And, they're talking about, their intellectual stuff, how they're so not looking forward to the centennial, et cetera, et cetera. And then... Who hurt you? Then this guy at the coffee shop, he gets on stage, he says his name is Josh, he's from some fucking university, and he's representing the Animal Liberation Fund, or some shit. ALF, for short.
Yeah, ALF, that's what it is.
And Dulcie sees this, she hears animal liberation, and she hears, like, animal testing, cruelty, blah, 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 blah. And she's, like, instantly taken aback, and, like, drawn to this man and whatever he's talking about in his organization, etc., etc.
Right.
Chase is like, this looks like a drag. I don't care about what he's talking about. Do you want to get out of here? And she's like, no, I'm really into this.
1 second.
She's like, no, I really want to hear about the animals, needing to be liberated and how they're being tested on and how it's wrong. Because Chase, this is what I'm all about.
This is passion.
And Chase
so
is like, whatever.
As their night continues, I guess a band starts playing. And Chase is like, let's get closer to the band. I want to party. I want to dance. Dose is like, no, it's too close. I want to talk. And he was like,
no, they go somewhere else. Is this the same night?
I think it's the same night.
Oh.
In this world, it's the same fucking night.
Okay.
So, anywho.
It's not at the same place, though.
Maybe it's a different place. Yeah. Maybe a different place. But anywho, they listen to a band. Dosey wants to go talk. And Ray's like, okay, whatever. Let's go talk. So, Dosey pulls... Not Ray. Chase, excuse me. Dosey pulls Chase aside and is like... Dosey. And she's like, why weren't you into the whole elf thing? The animal thing? And
she's like, why don't you want to come? We should go. Like, why don't you want to do this? And he's like, are you still talking about this shit? And he's like, look.
He says it nicely.
Right.
He says it very nicely.
He's like, look, it's not my thing. It's not my vibe, but you feel free to go. And then Dulcie is like, what is wrong with you? Like, you think you're so cool, you think you're so anti-society, and you care when it's about, like, school and, like, taking down the popular kids, but when it comes to something that actually matters and actually is important, you don't give a fuck. And he's like, where is this coming from? And she's like, you think you're so James Dean, but you're not. You're not a rebel without a cause.
And she breaks up with him.
Are we breaking up? I don't know what the fuck you just said, but are we breaking up? Are you jumping me?
That is so dramatic. Like, damn, I didn't go to one meeting. I don't want to go to one meeting, one group. I don't want to.
No, seriously. I didn't want to do one fucking thing that you wanted to do, and now we're over. And she's like, I just think we're on different paths.
She's so pretty. I'm like, oh damn.
She is pretty. I heard she was a racist though, but
she's a perfect. Is she a racist?
She was on the show called Heroes, right? And her character was married to a black guy on the show. Oh. The black guy, basically, she got the black guy fired.
Heroes.
There was like a whole article about it.
Well, that's why your acting
she got him fired.
Isn't the garbage?
She didn't want to film with him. You know, they had like intimate scenes. She tried to like,
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously?
And then his character got killed off basically because of her. So yeah.
Okay, well, fuck everybody who got him. Why would y'all kill? Okay.
She's cute though. Okay.
There's a lot of people that need to be. Fuck you, because y'all don't have to kill her off. Y'all should kill her ass off.
Period. But yeah.
Well, besides,
I think she got. I don't want to say she called him the N-word. I could be making that up. So
let's just assume she did. Allegedly.
Allegedly. I don't want to put that out there, but she did something to him. She called him something.
Why stop? I mean, why stop at trying to get him fired? You had to at least call him the N-word. I wouldn't be surprised if she did.
Right.
Allegedly.
Right.
Interesting. Oh, fuck her. She's perfectly casted for this role, though.
Oh my god, yes, totally. So, she dumps him.
Fucked up. Another night, Nicole is doing her own thing. She's got her own problem. She's at a party. All the IT crew is there. And she's patiently waiting for Brad to come ask her to the dance. He sent Dave. It's what's taking so long? Because Brad is also at the party and she's like staring. She's watching him.
She's waiting. She's waiting for him to come up and ask her to the dance. He's busy being inebriated, like he's drunk as fuck. Right. And so Alyssa walks over to her and breaks some bad news to her. And she tells her that the girl that Brad fell on during the basketball game last weekend, he is now in love with that cheerleader. They're dating, and he is taking her to the Centennial Dance.
What?
And Nicole is devastated. She's like, what the fuck? He's supposed to be taking me.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be going with Brad. Not this bitch. She doesn't even go to our school. This is our Centennial. Why would she even be going to this?
Right. The fuck?
And so to make up for this humiliation that she now feels, she drowns herself in vodka and fruit punch, and she gets drunk at the party.
Which I was kind of surprised her. Okay. So I guess I'm not sold on her character being the cool drunk girl. So I was kind of surprised by that. I was like, oh.
What do you mean? Like someone who would get drunk?
Yeah, I don't know. I see her. It might just be because of Sabrina, but I see her like just as a goody two shoes. It was hard for me to.
Well, she probably got drunk because.
No, I just mean like in real life, like her act. Like typecasting. Like I didn't believe it.
Well, I feel like her character though only got drunk because like she was embarrassed. Like because like she got drunk. Right. Like I don't think she would have gotten drunk. Regular at the party, she was just like, I need to get drunk now. You know what I'm saying?
I guess, but to me, she's just like, oh no, I don't drink ever. But it seems like she does drink. I don't know. I'm just not sold that a person like her, even her character, would be cool. I don't know. I don't know.
That's fair, but she does drink her sorrows in vodka.
Yes. Sorrows.
Alyssa, at the beginning, being a good friend. It's like, okay, bitch, you've had enough of alcohol. You've had enough to drink. It's time to get you home. She calls up Dave, who is not only the water boy for the school's basketball team, but he's also known around campus as Designated Dave. And he doesn't attend the parties. What he does is he gets a pager. He's got a pager. Mm-hmm. He gets a page from anyone at the party. If they need a designated driver, he goes, picks them up, and brings them home.
They could at least invite him to the party.
No, seriously.
At the very least.
I mean, that's so nice of him to do, to, prevent, drunk driving.
So nice.
And underage drinking. But, nice.
And honestly, he should be, everyone should worship the ground he walks on.
Right.
Let there be a nice person in high school that's going to pick me up and drop me off when I'm drunk. Exactly. Y'all should be way more respectful. I feel like in today's time, if there was a person like that, everyone would be like,
we would love him.
But we love him.
We love
We
Dave.
respect him.
Dave is so
You can come to the party,
awesome.
Dave.
Dave is such a cool guy.
Also, Dave's thing is that he has an online pen pal that he's been talking to and been waiting to meet up with her.
So yeah, Dave gets this pager that someone's at the party drunk, ready to be picking up. And he is with Chase and their other friend, Ray, during the time he gets this pager. And he's telling them about how he met this girl online that he's really into. He's never seen her. He hopes to meet her one day, etc., etc. And now they must leave to go pick up whoever is drunk at the party. They arrive at the party, and it's no other than Nicole, who is the drunk one, and needs to be picked up. Mm-hmm. Nicole sees that Chase is there, and she's like, this fucking guy? My fucking neighbor? Are you fucking kidding me? Because Elisa's like, bitch, you're not getting in my car drunk. So, you gotta deal with Dave.
I'm trying to go get me a date. I thought it was weird that she didn't bring her home. Why didn't you bring her home?
Look, just like how Chase stated, there are people at the party who don't want to leave the party. And that is why Designated Dave exists. Job, right? Elisa don't want to leave that party, but she want to make sure that her friend gets home safe. So guess what, bitch? I'm calling you the 1999 version of an Uber. I'm calling you Designated Dave.
Shout out to Dave.
So Dave, Chase, Ray, and now Nicole all get in the car. But before they take off, the jocks come up to the car. They're like, hey, Dave, you got room for one more? Who's that one more? It's Brad. The guy who fucking carved Nicole. He's now in the car, in the back seat with Nicole. So Nicole's in the back seat, Brad's drunk ass is in the back seat, and Chase is in the back seat.
What I love about Nicole is that she's not like, oh, I'm not going to speak my mind. She takes this time to go in on fucking Brad and is like, why did you do all that?
There's rules. There's rules, right? The rules are, if you send Designated Dave over to my friend asking her what I will say if you ask me to the dance, you're supposed to follow up. Period. And Brad's like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry, I just, you just what? He's like, look, and she's like, shut the fuck up.
Brad can't handle the heat. He gets out the car and starts walking home. He's like,
Dave, just let me out here, bro. Just let me out.
Good for you, Nicole.
Good for her.
Because He should at least said, okay, my bad, Grandpa. Like, right. I was waiting.
And even Dave is like, oh, Brad, are you sure you want me to let you out here? We're right by your house. And Nicole's like, you heard the man! Get him out the fucking car!
She's hilarious.
I don't want to be next to his ass no more.
So they make it home, Chase and Nicole, because, they live by each other. Nicole goes inside, and she whips out her yearbook, and she was like, okay, who the hell am I going to take to this dance? She goes down the list. He's got a date. He's an asshole.
He's taking Sue. Blah, blah, blah. He's taking Beth Ann. He's taking Dee. This guy has 3 nipples. This guy has 1 toe. Can't take him. And she looks at the yearbook and she stumbles across Chase's picture.
Chase. So she calls up Chase right next door. She's looking out the window as she calls him. She's like, hey, take me to the Centennial. Let's date. Let's do this. And he's like, what are you talking about? She's like, I heard that Dulce broke up with you.
No,
and Dulce broke up with you.
Fucking Dulce is hilarious.
Oh, Jade, you've been saying Alyssa this whole time. So
we don't know. Well, we don't know if it's Alyssa, Alicia. We don't know what the fuck her name is.
It's Alicia.
According to you.
Okay. Well, then her name is Dulce. Okay.
All right,
Dulce. She was like, I know Dulce broke up with you. It's been the talk of the town. We could benefit from a little arrangement to make, 1, I need a date. 2, you need to make a girl jealous. So let's make an arrangement. He is not into it. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're drunk. How about you go lay down? She does that.
And Nicole is basically like, think on it. Think about it.
So that night, he calls up his ex. And he gives his whole sob story about how I miss you, blah, 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 blah. Call me back once you get this message. He spends the whole night awake waiting for that call back from her. And in the morning when he doesn't get it, he decides Nicole is right. He heads over to her house. He makes her like water and some Advil. And he's like, okay, so what would this little agreement entail?
And she's like, look, it'll be an easy out. When we're ready to call it off, we'll call it off. But if you want this girl back, we have to change the way you talk, change the way you dress, change the way you look. We have to change your entire appearance. And Chase is like, well, I don't know how to feel about that. And Nicole tells him, look, Chase, if you want to make an impact, you have to go through extreme measures.
I guess so.
And he's like, fine.
So, I hate that he had to change his style. Like, he dressed cool. It's not like, I like the way he dressed before. Like, usually
he dressed great, but his hair was fine. We didn't need to change the hair.
Oh, yeah. He just wore pants and a cool top. He had his own style. I don't think he needs to dress like the rest of the white serial killers of the school and daddy. So, like, we don't need any more bros of the school. Like, let him dress a little different, but whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they go to, like, the mall and they have a mini montage of Nicole picking out outfits so he could fit in with the normies of the school. The next day at school, Nicole walks in and she runs into Ray, Chase's really good friend. And Ray's like, hey, I heard your situation. If you need a date to the dance, I'm down.
I'm your guy. Like,
very nice of him. I think he's handsome. I think he's adorable. I like Ray.
Yeah. He's cool.
I'm surprised that didn't play out because it seems like Ray has a crush on Nicole. I'm surprised that didn't play out.
No, he does.
Right. I'm surprised that it wasn't like a bigger tiff between Chase and Ray. Like,
I think this movie in general lacks substance with the issues that develop in it. Does that make sense?
They could have leaned. Are you saying they could have
they could lean into these situations more?
Yeah.
Like when Dulcie broke up with him, she broke up with him because he didn't want to go to a fucking SBA fucking meeting.
Yeah.
He's like, Ray's like, I like you, Nicole, but like we never really see any development from that.
Right.
The fucking Alyssa, whatever the fuck her name is, her being a terrible friend came out of fucking nowhere. It was completely left field. She became like a toxic BFF out of fucking nowhere. It's just like nothing felt complete.
Yeah.
When I was watching this movie, I was like, why are we not doing this right?
Right.
It was frustrating. Did you feel that way? Am I alone in this?
No, it makes sense. Because it's like, why it seems like they were trying to go somewhere with Ray and they didn't.
Yeah, it's just like, I just felt like so many things fell flat. And I love this movie. And I was watching it this most recent time. You just have a different perspective when you watch a movie that you're about to sit there and talk about for another 3 hours. Because when I was watching it, I was like, this movie does not feel the same anymore. I'm just like, why? Stupid. Yeah, I'm like, why is Ray liking her, but we really don't see this? Why is Dulcie breaking up with him over this one little thing? Why is Alicia being crazy out of nowhere? Why is everybody talking in metaphors? She was driving me insane. Alicia, every time she talks, it's a fucking metaphor. She's like,
who are you talking about?
Nicole? The best friend. Every time she talks, it's in a goddamn metaphor.
Oh, yes.
High school socialite gets in car with preppy jock. Physical fight might ensue. Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
Like, she needs to go off to college and, like, start something because she lost. I think she's bored in high school.
But then there was another time where, when Dulcie and fucking Nicole get paired up together as like lab partners.
Yeah.
And Nicole starts asking her about like, her and Chase. And then Nicole was like, so you broke up with him because he didn't want to go to this freaking Alfie animal cruelty meeting? And her response is, the cause for concern was very high. She said something crazy. And I was like, why couldn't we just respond and say yes? Like, what was wrong with saying the word yes? It was just like the way she said it was so like metaphorical. I was like, why? Why is no one talking regular here? Everybody's talking as if they're writing a sonnet poem.
They're poets. I get to say. It
was driving me insane. I just had to point that out.
Yeah. So I agree. So Ray asks his crush that doesn't develop into anything out Nicole, and Nicole tells him, well, actually, me and Chase talked last night and he asked me out and I'm gonna take him. And Ray's like, what? He's like, my Chase, my friend Chase. And she's like, yeah. Chase. And then Chase walks in with his new outfit and Ray is like, what the fuck is this? What is this?
Right. Chase has his hair combed back. He's got his shirt tucked into his pants. He's wearing slacks.
He's wearing a leather jacket.
Jay's like, oh my goodness. What the fuck? Is it Halloween? Why are you dressed like this? And, Chase is like, I'm trying a new look here.
Yeah.
And Ray's like, okay, whatever. Nicole, keep my offer in mind. If you change your mind.
So after school, Chase is talking with Dave, and Dave's like, okay, so what's going on? Why are you dressing like this? And Chase tells him, like, oh, me and Nicole basically have an agreement. I'm trying to get Dulcie back, and she's trying to get Brad. This is an agreement. I gotta do something big to make waves.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. Which I really loved about this movie is that Chase's friends knew the whole time that he was, like, doing an experiment. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, that's what real friends do.
Yeah.
And then so while he's walking with Dave, he walks into Dulcie and she's like, what's going on? Why do you look like this? What's up? And, he kind of just tells her, he's like, look, I've been hanging out with Nicole. We're vibing. And she's like, wow, I never thought you would become one of them. And she's like, don't let Nicole Maris change you. And Chase looks at her and he's like, look, I'm a big boy. I'll be fine. Dulcie scuffs it off and she walks away. She's like, whatever.
It's weird that she cares so much. Like, girl, what? Do you like me or do you not like me?
Another thing. Both of these two, and I'm talking about like Chase, both of these circles, but more specifically Chase and Nicole, they both take their own like stances too fucking serious. Like, Chase takes being anti-establishment, like, anti-society, anti-high school.
Yeah.
No status quo. Like, he takes it to, especially Dulcie. That bitch, oh my God. Yeah. That bitch would die before she would ever go to, like, a high school, like, prom. Right. Like, she would fucking hang herself before she would ever do that. Like, they take that so fucking serious. Nicole, on the other hand, this bitch is, like, the status quo. There's rules and boundaries of how this social circle works. You were supposed to ask me. I don't even care if you're in love with this bitch this new cheerleader girl. You're supposed to take me. Those are the rules of engagement. Structure. This is how this structure works. I can't show up to this dance empty-handed with no date. Why the fuck not? Why not?
Make fun of me.
I will be the laughing stock of the world if I go to this dance with no date. I was like, what? Y'all are all taking this too seriously. Right. Bitch, just go with one of your girlfriends. Go with the boy who's a member of the LGBTBA plus. Right. He ain't got no date. Y'all go together. Like, what's the big hoopla?
What's the problem?
You going through all this. This is too much.
Craziness.
But yeah.
So after school, Nicole goes talk to her mom, and her mom tells her, "Oh, your dad called, and he's planned a little daughter-dad time." She goes to hang out with. What's happening right now? Anywho, at one point she goes to hang out with him, and she is upset with him as a father. What?
Oh, okay.
So her mom tells her that they have a date. She goes to the date. Her dad's into air balloons, so she meets up with him. Her dad is played by Stephen Collins, who's apparently a child molester. Who knew?
Who would have thought? The dad from Seven Heaven.
Jesus, did not say Kevin. So they're in the hot air balloon. Nicole's basically upset with her dad for just not coming around, not hanging out with her, not being present. He's like, you know what? You know what's going to fix this? Come to me to Rio. There's an air balloon conference or something. It's 2 weeks. Let's go there together and hang out. And she's like, I can't. I had the centennial dance that I've been preparing this like whole year. And he's like, what's the big deal? And she's like,
but even more important,
this is my life.
The girl has school. She's in high school.
Yeah, I don't know why.
She can't go to Brazil for 2 weeks to float around in a fucking hot air balloon with your ass.
Yeah. Thanks, Dad, but no.
Yeah, so you can tell that Nicole's demeanor, her attitude towards men, stems from her daddy issues.
Okay.
Well, she says it herself.
Oh, later on. Yeah.
And then, no, she says it when she's talking to him.
Oh, she does?
Yeah. And I think, like, even with, like, okay, the whole Brad thing, when Alicia was like, he's in love with the cheerleader, she was like, I don't give a fuck, as long as he's still taking me to the dance. Right. And Lisa was like, he's not taking you to the dance. That's when she cared. She doesn't care about finding a boyfriend. She just cares about her image. Like, she doesn't give a fuck about a man.
Amen. See, I don't need you. I just need you
like,
for the dance, though.
She might want to date Brad, but she wants to date Brad for the picture of it all.
Yeah. That's
not because she's into him. Right. Yeah.
He's actually supposed to date the star cheerleader. And
exactly. Bitch. So. You're not even doing this right. You need to be dating the president of the newspaper. That's who you need to date.
Yes. Exactly. So back to Nicole and Chase. They're prepping their plan, and tonight they have a date to the basketball game. Chase is like, what? I gotta go to that? And she's like, if you want to play the part, you gotta do the stuff. And that involves going to this basketball game. So they head to the basketball game. He's sitting with the cool crew. Alicia is there, and she's not buying his reason why he's there. He goes to go like grab Coke and like something to drink. And Alicia's like, okay, what's going on between you two? Like, why is he here? You just woke up one day and you discover your next door neighbor was like the love of your life. And she's like, we're just hanging out. He's a cool guy. There's nothing to it. I think it's just funny that because Chase tells his friends immediately, like, yeah, this is like a little setup. Nicole does not tell Alicia the real of it all. And
no, not at all.
The bitch is crazy.
Not at all. But and then also Nicole knows her audience. This isn't. She's in the popular crowd. You can't tell them that. I'm in a fucking plot and scheme dating this guy to make another guy jealous. It'll make her look like a loser.
Right. This is true. So when Chase comes back from grabbing a snack from the concession stand, he is buddy with the football jocks. They're talking sports. I'm not really sure what they're talking about, but they're talking about the stats and the potential of the game, but a different game. So he's in. He's in with the cool kids because he knows sports.
Yeah.
He's not your regular, which is actually surprising that he does because I'm like, okay, so you watch sports?
Yeah, I was very confused because he's chopping it up with them about some sort of sport.
Yeah, he's
and I'm like, why? Yeah, I was like, why does he know sports
so much?
That doesn't go with his character.
Doesn't. He shouldn't care about that.
Nicole is impressed. She's like, oh, look at you. You know, hanging out with them on your own, talking it up. Mm-hmm. And he even gets into the game. He's like joining in on like the sideline chants. I think he grabs Nicole's hand and holds her hand. Like they're making progress. They're getting deep into this little scheme they have going on here.
It's cute. He's really giving it his all.
They're cute.
So after the game, they're like, Nicole's like, can I push this a little further? You want to go cruising on Broadway? When she said that, because it's been a while since I saw this movie, I thought she meant like, let's go walk up and down the street that all the kids were going to be on. But she actually meant like drive our car up and down the street.
Oh.
I was like, how are you supposed to see people? Huh?
Are you serious?
That's what they, that's what they were doing. They go cruising on Broadway. They just drive up and down.
And they drive up and down the same streets?
I'm assuming it's the same street. I'm assuming that's how it goes. I'm assuming you don't just do one lap. I'm assuming you would go back and forth a couple times.
What's the fun in that? You're just burning gas.
Seen. Yeah, I know.
It's lame.
I don't like it. But I feel like some places do stuff like that. Just like drive.
Now, this is where I'm going to have to, side with Chase and Dulcie on this one. Because that is fucking stupid.
That is stupid, yes. Like, they're driving. Some of the jocks come by and they're like, go Tigers, and they honk the horn and they honk back. And I guess that's what they do. It's exciting.
Go West Jefferson High.
Yes.
Tigers rule.
Exactly. So one important part that comes out of this, because it's so weird, they talk about Alicia and Chase is like, what's her deal? I heard people say she sleeps in a coffin. Like, everyone knows she's like a fucking bitch. And Nicole says, I don't know. She made it seem like she likes playing the game with Alicia. Like they like playing like a little game.
That's what you got from that?
She was like, Alicia, when she wants something, she's like a game of chess. I'm just like, why is that what you want from your friend? I don't know. That's what I got from it.
That's not what I got from it.
Like she was like, I respect her game. Like when she wants something, she is like an assassin with it.
Oh, maybe that was their segue into her becoming a shitty friend, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
What I got deduced from it, I was like, she was like defending her. She was like, men, compete all the time, but she kind of did say that. Because she was like,
but like they're competing, right.
Yeah, but she's like, when women do it, it's art. Whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah.
Another thing, which is like... This movie makes no sense. When women do it, I thought was art.
Cool, but I'm like, so do you know y'all are competing? Because when she competes with you, you're pissed off about it. But you knew she was going to do that. And you respected it. So, I don't know. It was just weird. I guess that was their way of saying, like, when she tries to go after Chase later on, it's because that's her nature.
Yeah.
But later that day, Dave and Ray tell Chase that he's changing. Like, they can tell, like, he's dressing weird. He's not hanging out with them as much.
Yeah, he keeps blowing them off. They want to hang out with him. He's unavailable. They call him. He doesn't pick up the phone.
He's busy.
Who the fuck are you?
With them. Where the fuck are you? So he's like, no, I'm the same. I'm chill. It's just regular me. They're like, okay. So that means tonight we're going to see you at the Electrolytes concert. And he's like, no, actually, I have plans. I have to hang out with Nicole and the friend group. And they're like, okay, so basically, you are changed, and you just proved that to me.
So yeah, you can't hang out with us. Like we were just fucking telling you.
Yeah, so Exhibit A, I don't... So that night, the cool kids, they go to like a local diner, like a Sonic-esque outdoor fries and burger joint place. And they're hanging out. They're chit-chatting. Chase is in.
The whole Motley Crew's there. Sue's
like
there.
Rise to fame. Like, he's really getting in there that I've ever seen. There's no like, who's this new guy? They're like, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, he's in it. He's immersed He's immersed in the circle. The jocks are there. The gays are there. Sue's there. The feminist is there. Everyone's there. The whole Motley Crew's there. And they sit down. They're chopping it up. And Brad is also there with his new cheerleader girlfriend.
Right.
And Brad brings up Designated Dave, Chase's friend. And he says to the table, he's like, can y'all believe... I'm pretty sure he says the water boy. Can y'all believe the basketball team's water boy has, like, this online anime website that he subscribes to every day, and he called me up to see if I wanted to check it out.
That's so mean.
And then everyone at the table was like, who the fuck are you talking about? And then one of the other jocks goes, Dave, y'all know Dave, designated Dave. The one who you call when you're at the party and you're drunk and need somebody to pick you up.
Y'all know fucking Dave, stop playing.
And then Chase is like, no, his name's not designated Dave. It's just Dave. Thank you. And they're like, oh, all right.
Y'all know he's friends with Dave. Stop playing.
Take it easy, fella. Dave it is. Alrighty. We'll move on. And Nicole looks at Chase and she's like, what the fuck are you doing? And she says, Chase, awkward. Can you come with me for a second? I gotta talk to you. Chase is pissed. And Chase is like, you know what? I'm over this shit. I'm out of here. And Nicole's like, hey, calm it down. You seriously gonna sit here and act like you've never made fun of anybody sitting at that table? And Chase is like, it's different. That scenario is different. And Nicole's like, how? And he's like, when, you pick on the big boss. You pick on, the prom king and the prom queens. You don't pick on Tiny Tim. And then Nicole's like, oh, so Dave's Tiny Tim now? And Chase is like, that's not what I meant. And Nicole's like, well, why is it okay for you to, belittle him, but it's not okay for them to do it? And he's like, oh, you know what? This is a bunch of bullshit.
No, it was a bunch of bullshit. How you going? I'm crazy because I don't want them to make fun of my friend.
No, seriously. She was trying to pull, this, reverse, racism card. And I was like, bitch, get that weak shit out of here, bitch.
No, that was actually pissing me off. Because, what do you mean you don't understand where I'm coming from?
Like, the fuck?
They made, she was
the
mad.
Oppressed how dare you cannot be the oppressor, Nicole.
Exactly. Right. She's like, how dare you stand up for your friend? What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't know how this thing works for y'all, but...
Right.
Don't be talking about Dave like that.
Sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Yeah. And then Chase continues. And he's basically like, you know what? I don't even know why I'm doing this. This is way more and far more beneficial for you than it is or has been for me. Like you are climbing the social ladder. Everyone's asking you about me and us and la 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 la. And I haven't gotten Dulcie back at all. And she's like, okay, you're right. We can start, hanging out with your friends or doing whatever you want to do. You're right. It has been one-sided, this agreement, etc., etc. Mm-hmm. And I guess she now makes the pledge to, make it a little bit even. Make this a little bit more, substantial for the both of them.
Right.
Because it has been one-sided. What is he getting out of this?
Nothing.
He's not getting anything out of this.
So what do? They go see the Electrocutes at their local band plays concert.
Yeah, they go to this fucking underground. They go to this fucking underground bar, club.
Cool kids.
Whatever. That Chase and all his friends hang out at. And he arrives. Ray is there. Some other friends of his are there. The Electrocutes are on stage performing. And Dulcie is also there.
That bitch.
So, Ray goes up to Nicole. He asks Nicole for a dance. She steps aside to dance with Ray. She's really getting into it. She's immersing herself into this world, into Chase's world. And Chase steps away and he accidentally runs into Dulcie. Dulcie is there with the co-founder, president of Animal Liberation Foundation, ALF. Mm-hmm. She's with her new man. His name is Josh.
And he's serious about activism.
And he takes his activism seriously, unlike Chase.
Yeah.
And so Chase is introduced to Josh, and Josh kind of walks off, and then Chase turns to Dulcie, and he's like, I never thought that you would fall in love. And Dulcie says, I never thought that you would fall into the gap. She takes this shit so seriously. She is like, how dare you become popular? How dare
And also, do you want to get back together? What do you want from me? You broke up with me, and now I'm trying my own thing. Do you want me back? I thought it was cool enough for you.
What is this about? So, Nicole, from across the room, spots this exchange between the two. And, like she mentioned, she's trying to make this equitable for him as well. So she says, all right, time to get to work. Time to work on the reason why we're here. She walks up to Chase. She goes, "Oh, there you were, babe." Kisses him on the cheek, but then she kisses him on the mouth. She plants one on him. They start making out in front of Dulcie.
Ooh.
And it was an intimate kiss. It looked like Chase liked it a lot. He was into it.
They both did.
And they stop kissing, and Nicole turns around, and she says, "Oh, hey, Dulcie." And this bitch is pissed. Dulcie's pissed. She's like, "Get a fucking room." And she walks off. Plan worked. Plan activated.
10 out of 10. One thing I do want to mention is that one day Nicole's at home. She's chilling. Her mom calls her and she's like, "Hey, I thought you've been dating Chase." She's like, "We've been doing a shopping. And mom's like, "I don't think you should do that." And mom's like, and Nicole's like, "Don't you worry, Mom. I'm fine." That, to spoil it for everybody, Nicole's mom and Chase's dad got something going on. And I wonder how long it was going on for. And I'm assuming...
when he got that milk at the beginning of the movie, when Chase walked out of the house to get that milk because his dad was talking to the neighbor for too long, they had something going on then because they was kicking in.
Yeah, that's true. Because, like, I don't know. They was kikiing. So, after, Nicole's mom's been hearing that they're dating, she's like, "Don't do that because I'm dating the dad and it's going to be weird." But she doesn't tell Nicole that.
She just kind of doesn't want her dating Chase.
Jade, another thing,
unknown.
Another thing, that was a weird little tidbit to throw in there that they didn't develop. Just the fact that the parents dated.
Yeah, that was random.
Another thing. Yeah. It was random.
Exactly.
You think that they would have made more of it, but they didn't. Yeah, that's another, like, okay. Kind of thought that was a bigger plot to the movie, but when I watched it, I was like, oh.
And I think that's the one where I do think it's kind of okay because I guess it's supposed to be a surprise at the end, like, "Oh, y'all were dating." But
yeah, because they were like dropping hints.
They were dropping subtle hints, but
yeah, just like why? I don't know. It's just like random.
Yeah, because they just getting together and now they're stepbrother and sister. Like, what the fuck?
Ugh, right.
How's that gonna work?
So Chase and Nicole are back on their popularity tour. Next stop, we're going to the lake, the waterfall,
the pond, the ravine,
the cliff, all the cliff, the spot, the watering hole.
Yeah, the lake.
Yeah, that's all I got. So
they go there. They go to this area with water and a cliff.
Everyone's there. The girls are doing their thing, tanning. The guys are up at the top. They're all matching. Even Chase at the cliff. Yes, even Chase is matching because Nicole gave him the latest popular boy
boxing
uniform.
Not boxing, swimming trunks. The latest hippest swimming trunks.
Now that must have had to hurt as a Chase who's like, I'm like, bitch, not you got me matching with everybody. Glasses, sunglasses, and pants. They have the same sunglasses.
Yeah, when he walks up and realizes that they're all wearing the same thing as him, he is not pleased. He's like, "I'm in it."
How dare you?
I'm in it.
So while they're at this watering hole, that's my favorite one. Chase gets a chance to talk to Dee. Dee is newly popular. Well, not newly popular, but she's in the popular clique for a while.
She's probably been popular the past like 2 years.
Yeah.
Like since
she's a pageant
maybe
queen?
junior year. Yeah, she's like Miss. So the Centennial Dance, like she's like the prom queen of the Centennial Dance.
Yeah, she's a hot commodity now, but that wasn't always the case. Yeah, back in her day, she was a little chubby. She was a little fat.
She was a hefty gal.
She was a hefty gal, and them people was not fucking with her then. Same girl, different weight.
Yeah, she lost some weight, dyed her hair, changed her name, and now she's Little Miss Popular.
Yeah.
And so Dee, which is her stage name, basically, is, sharing all of this with Chase. She's like, I changed my nickname after, I lost the weight, dyed my hair. I just kind of wanted to, reinvent myself.
Right.
Like, I needed to change my name with my new look. And he's like, "Why are you telling me all this?" And she's like, "We're cut from the same cloth, baby. Like,
fellow outsider.
I was a loser. You were a loser, and now we're in the popular circle. And then she turns to him and she asks him, she's like, "Do you feel happier now?" And he's like, I don't know. He's like, "Well, what about you?" And she's like, "Well, I will say, it was a small group of people who cared about me, but at least then I knew who cared about me." She's like, "Now I don't know. I don't know who really fucking cares."
It's not them girls. It's surely not them boys. Right. I can tell you that right now. It might just be Nicole.
Right. Oh, not even her.
Right. I don't think Nicole leaves her little bubble. She just concerned with herself. Not even her. So, also at attendance is Brad's girlfriend. And Brad's girlfriend's hanging out with Alicia. And Alicia takes his time to be like, "Oh my God, y'all are so cute, blah, 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 blah." This is crazy?
The first we see of it. This is the first rogue moment we see of Alicia. This is where it all begins.
Yes. And she says, "Isn't it crazy that his parents are like part of a doomsday cult?" And
talking about Brad.
And
Brad's girlfriend is like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And she's like, "Yeah, they're part of a cult. Isn't that such a shame?" And of course, that would freak anybody out.
And I feel like this was like during like Helter Skelter. I don't know. Maybe not doing Helter Skelter, but people were concerned about demonic shit back in those times.
And she wasn't trying to hear that.
She wasn't fucking with it. Now, Alicia, not only are you breaking these people up, but you know that your best friend Nicole still wants Brad. I don't know. It's just like a lot of layers of how messed up.
See, but this is my thing. I don't understand what her motive is.
Okay? I think she just wants that. She wants the hot ticket, the hot guy.
But I don't think she wants Brad. This is what I think it is. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure I'm wrong. But this is because I can't see the motive in this. Because in the beginning, she was like, she kind of expressed that Brad was like an idiot. She was like, "Why do you want to date him? Like, he's stupid." And then so she tries to, I think, she breaks Brad up with his cheerleader girlfriend, right? Uh-huh. And then, okay, so they're broken up, right? And then Alicia makes out with Chase.
Yeah.
Causing Chase and Nicole to break up.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was all in an effort to get Nicole and Brad together. I think that in some twisted, weird way, like she did that so that Nicole could get with Brad. I'm gonna bring back. Yeah, but we just can't. We can't put that in there. We just can't. What? But we have to exit the diner scene. We have to exit. We have to exit.
So we added that. She shit talked her best friend Nicole to Brad at the diner. She was like,
because if that was the thing, okay, if she wanted Brad, why the fuck did she make out with Chase?
I don't know, Jay.
That's the only logical explanation I can make of it. In some kind of twisted, weird, insensitive, weird way, she broke up Chase and Nicole, and she broke up Brad and his cheerleader girlfriend so that Brad and Nicole to get together.
No,
the way she went about it was awful, but she did it because that was her friend. That's the only way I can fuck it.
She's a bad person. I think she made out with Chase because she kind of saw him becoming the new hot ticket and she just wants the hottest thing. Or like she just wants to be in competition with Nicole. Like she wants to ruin Nicole's like, "Oh, you like him? Okay, now I like him. Oh, you like him? Okay, now I like him. Oh, you like him? Okay, now I like him." Some people like that. They crazy.
Yeah, but that is just too unacceptably crazy.
Her character is not fleshed out enough.
It's not. They did not flesh out her character. What is the motivation? That's it. That's it. The movie. What is the motivation behind the actions? What is the motivation behind Alyssa? What is the motivation behind Dulcie? What is the motivation behind Ray having a crush on Nicole? What's the motivation? What's the motivation for everybody to speak in fucking monologues? What's the motivation?
But why?
What's the why? Why are we doing that? What is the why?
So after a fun day at the watering hole, the lake, they head home, Nicole and Chase. they had a great time. You can see that Nicole was actually starting to like Chase. Like
they're bonding.
They're bonding. Before Nicole goes inside, she takes this moment to tell apologize to Chase for not being there more when his mom was dying of cancer. Because that's how his mom died. I think we mentioned it. I can't remember. So his mom died of cancer when he was 11. They were best friends. And when his mom was suffering with cancer, Nicole went around less and less because she couldn't
handle the pressure of it.
Yeah.
He started, acting weird. He started pulling the fire alarms. He started acting out. She didn't know how to handle it.
And she distanced herself from him.
So she just, stopped hanging out with him.
Yeah.
And that's how they stopped being friends.
Yeah. And then, yeah.
And he's like, you don't have to apologize. We don't have to talk about this. And she's like, no, this has been on my mind for years and I've wanted to say it. And, they thank each other. They call it a night. And she goes inside in her house and it looks like she's kind of just thinking of him.
Yeah.
And she's like, fuck, I think I might like this motherfucker.
And she does. And she do. It is crazy, my mom died of cancer. You should have been apologized. Clearly I was going through something. I know we don't have to, be best of friends, but damn, bitch, we can hang out, we ain't gotta be.
But he was acting out, so she couldn't hang out with him because he was pulling the fire alarm and shit. And fucking...
His mom died of cancer. Dead mom passed, okay?
Dead mom passed.
Let it happen. So yeah, she's falling for him hard. The next day at school, Nicole and Dulcie are in the same class, and they get paired up as
lab
partners.
And Kim.
So Dulcie and Nicole are talking about Chase. Obviously, Nicole is verifying with Dulcie, you did actually break up with him because he didn't go to one animal meeting. Is that correct? And Dulcie's like, yeah, that's correct.
That's when she says grave concerns were raised instead of just saying yes. Why couldn't you just say yes?
Yeah.
Anywho.
She's a hipster chick. So Nicole tells her, do you know about Chase's mom? And she's like, yeah, I know she died when he was 11. Do you know how she died? What did she die of? And she's like, no. Well, she died of cancer. And if you really think about it, maybe Chase doesn't want to deal with lab rats because it reminds him of his mom and lab rats and medical testing. And maybe that's
Think about it, bitch.
Think about it. Maybe that's why he didn't want to deal with the animals, because it's a trigger for him. And she's like, I feel stupid. She goes outside, finds a window, and she sees Chase in the courtyard, and she stares at him longingly because
why did I ever leave you?
It's really stupid because one meeting, bitch.
I mean, yeah, your reason for breaking up with him was so stupid.
Crazy.
Because he didn't like the same cause as you.
Yeah, this is crazy, girl. Come on. So there's a party tonight. Chase and Nicole are going. They're in attendance. This is going to be one of their last, official outings as a couple, I believe.
Before the centennial dance.
Yes. Chase mentions to Nicole, did you talk to Dulcie? Because she's been nice to me lately. And she's like, yeah,
She's like, well, I guess that means our plan's working.
Yeah, we're doing stuff. So we're in the party. They're having a great time. Chase is getting drunk. Everyone's there. Nicole goes to wait in line for the bathroom. And then here comes Brad. Brad's like, hey, girl, can we talk? Not like that.
And Brad...
I like that.
Brad reveals to her that his cheerleader girlfriend broke up with him because she claimed that they had different beliefs. And he's like, can you believe that? I'm Lutheran. But all the while, she broke up with him because Alicia told his girlfriend that he was in a cult. But
a doomsday cult. Come on, girl. Why would you not verify? Why would you not
fact check?
Yes, it's crazy. A doomsday cult.
That's craziness.
It's hilarious. If they were in a doomsday cult, you would be able to tell.
You would know.
I can guarantee it.
So, Brad's like, yeah, and I really just kind of, you don't want to apologize for everything that kind of like transpired with us. Like, I'm sorry about what happened with the dance and everything. And, you know, Nicole is taken by his looks and his charm. And she's like, oh my goodness, Brad, it's okay. Like, don't worry about it. Meanwhile, at the party, Chase is getting drunk. He sees Nicole having this conversation with Brad. And, you know, he's secretly, you know, probably subconsciously, you know, developing feelings for her. Mm-hmm. So he feeling some type of way. Enters Alyssa, the op bitch that she is. She sees the opportunity. She snags it. She sees, you know, the worrisome that is on Chase's face as he's watching Nicole and Brad talk. And she's like, oh my goodness, can you believe those two are chopping it up? You know, if it wasn't for, you know, him falling for the cheerleader, Nicole would have gotten everything she wanted and would have gone to the Centennial dance with him. And you would have been second choice. She would have never gone with you. She probably isn't even interested in you. Okay. And, you know, he's drunk. He's in his emotions. You know, he you know, feeling. He's believing what the fuck she's saying. And he's drunk. And, you know, she's continuing to manipulate him. She's continuing to let him be a pawn in her game. And in some kind of way, she gets to making out with him. He's drunk. He don't know what the fuck going on. She coming on to him. And she kisses him. Now they're making out.
And who sees
Poor Nicole, from across the room, across the party, turns and sees her Dave making out with her best friend. Alyssa, being the op bitch that she is, sees Nicole, see her making out with her man, and slaps Chase. And she's like, oh my goodness, how dare you? And Chase is like, what the fuck? You kissed me! And she's like, yeah, right, bucko. Nicole's my best friend. Yeah. And then Chase sees that Nicole saw the whole thing. She saw the makeout session.
Nicole runs, locks herself in the bathroom, and is distraught, which is crazy because they never in a movie have they not had more of a connection before this part.
What do you mean?
Like, usually in the movies, it's like you can see at the point where they're like both falling for each other. They like go on a date and they like push each other and they like laugh and they like almost kiss. But like they don't even have that in this movie. They just like
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
You know, because usually there's always that one scene where they're like, one of them is like, is he going to ask me on the date? And then like you get a phone call and it's like, okay, it doesn't.
That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. This movie does not have. It's like it almost goes there, but then it doesn't.
Yeah,
it's like we're almost there, but y'all don't complete it. Y'all not finishing it. We're drawing a circle, but y'all are only giving me 180. You're not giving me a 360.
Because we only really see the fact that Nicole, we only see like she's starting to like him, but we don't really see that he's starting to like her.
Exactly.
It's just weird.
Exactly.
It's strange.
I mean, there was this, I mean, we left it out, but there's one, there, like before they go to the lake, he's like, oh, do you want to go for a walk? And she's like, no. I was like, well, maybe that was supposed to be it. Him asking her for a walk was supposed to be the red flag or the green flag for me that he's falling in love with her.
Yeah, no, it just wasn't. This is honestly a confusion. Like, I understand why they're both confused. Because y'all
exactly.
Whatever. It's just weird.
So Nicole is in the bathroom crying in tears. And Chase is drunk.
He's like, I gotta go. He said, I hit my max. I gotta go. He calls his
Designated Dave.
Designated Dave. Which
his
is crazy.
Bestie.
And mind you, this whole time.
He's turned into one of them.
Mind you, this whole time, every time Dave gets like a beep to come, for someone to come pick him up, he hates it. He tells Dave, why do you do this? Why are you trying to be cool with them? Like, you shouldn't do this. You're above this. He fucking hates it. And I think it's so funny that he uses him to pick him up.
Yeah, he been complaining about Dave doing this whole movie. Yeah. And he's like, oh, gotta call Dave.
He is an important part in this party role. So Dave and Ray pull up to the party and they find Chase outside throwing up in like the front yard and they like take him into the car. Ray stays. He's like, he has his camcorder because this whole time he's been recording shit. He's got his camcorder and he's like, that was another weird thing, the camcorder.
I'm a filmmaker. There's excellent film content here at this party. I must stay.
Yes. So Dave and Chase are off. Nicole leaves the bathroom at some point and she runs up to Alicia and she's like, why did you do that? And Alicia's like, what? I was testing him. I did you a favor. And Nicole's like, no, the only thing you want is to make me miserable like you. You're a miserable person. And
you're
Alicia's
a miserable bitch. And Alicia's like, it's not that serious.
Oh
like,
God, no, so
remember, sweetie, it's not life or death.
Like, oh my gosh, she's
do you know that? Right. You know that video. You know that video. Everybody's seen it. Okay. We at a birthday party. It's that little girl. She about 3 years old. She's turning like 3. And she blows out her candles. And her cousin, her sister, her playmate, whoever the fuck that bitch is, that little girl blows out her candles. And then in the little 3-year-old, she's crying, blah, 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 blah. And then the camera pans to the girl who blew out the candles. And she has this sinister smile on her face. That is the smile that Alicia had when Nicole went up to her and was like, why did you do that? That is the video that I thought about exactly. Mm-hmm. When Nicole confronted her, Alicia was smiling like, what are you talking about? Like, I did you a favor. It's not life or death, honey. Take it easy.
A crazy response.
Like, why are you laughing? Like, it wasn't even like, you deserved it. And I don't feel bad for it. It was like, sweetheart, it's not life or death. Like
they went from...
It's just high school.
friend to like, oh, but this bitch is a psychopath.
No, seriously.
Psychopath. So, that's the end of that friendship. Dave is bringing Chase home. And at one point, Dave asks Chase, okay, who was at the party? He's like, everybody. Dave, at the sound of that, he pulls over and he's like, not everybody was there. Me and Ray weren't there.
That triggered the fuck out of him.
Triggered. So Dave, because Dave wants to be where Chase is. Dave is doing all this so he could get some, it's just actually really sad, so he could be popular and like people could acknowledge him, which is really sad because he has a really good group of friends.
Yeah. And Chase basically tells Dave, he's like, dude, there are other sober people at that party.
Yes. You don't have to do this.
You don't have to do this. They just don't want to leave the party. And you're here, you done pulled this car aside, you whooping and hollering at me. Not because you miss me, but it's because you're jealous. You're jealous of where I am. You want this. And you're jealous of it.
And then, ouch. And then fucking Dave gets another phone call.
Dave kicks him out. And Chase is like, it's fine, I can walk from here.
I think it's so crazy. He was like, okay, I gotta go back to the party. I ain't going, I'm only making one trip. He's dead ass about that Disney.
He do that all night. He go back and forth all night.
He's so sweet. And it's also so sad. I hope he like in college. Well, he gets a happy ending, never mind. I'm like worried I'm worried about him. Like I'm really concerned about him. Really concerned.
He reminds me of what's his name? In Can't Hardly Wait. William Lichter. He reminds me of William
the black guy?
No, Can't Hardly Wait. William Lichter, the nerd.
Oh.
Like, I feel like he's gonna get a William Lichter ending. Like, he's gonna go off to college, start his own app,
that's what I'm hoping.
Date a supermodel.
Yeah. He's dating a pageant girl.
So, Designated Dave, he goes back to the party. He picks up Dee, our former hefty gal, and her jock boyfriend, who's a huge doucher.
Eddie is his name.
Eddie's drunk as a fucking skunk. And Dee calls Dave. She's like, look, come pick him up. So Eddie and Dee get in the car with Designated Dave. Eddie's drunk. He's coming on to Dee in the back seat. And she's like, Eddie, give it a rest. Leave me alone. I'm not interested right now. Mm-hmm. Eddie's pissed. She doesn't want any of Eddie's advances. Eddie goes ballistic. Eddie tells her. He goes ape shit on her. He goes fucking wild. He said, you know what? You're just a former fatty who got a case of bulimia and lucked up, and all you used to do is drool over football players, and now that you had anorexia, you think you're hot shit. You're a fucking nobody. You think you're cool because you're Miss Prom Queen? You were nothing before you met me. You are nothing, and you're still nothing.
He told her, you once fat bitch.
He said,
That's how you feel?
He said, you're just lucky you got a case of bulimia. Whoa.
I have never in my audio.
Then, after he, verbally abuses Dave in the driver's seat is like, okay, that's enough.
Not.
He pulls over the car. He opens the door. He's like, get the hell out. He's like, you're walking. Eddie, being the jock that he is, Eddie's not finished. I don't know why. I thought this was so funny. So Dave pulls Eddie out of the car. And Dave is like, you're walking. And then Eddie gets up and he punches Dave. And he's like, this isn't Revenge of the Nerds. You didn't fall in a vat of toxic waste, you fucking loser.
No, Jay, when I tell you I thought Dave was going to be his ass. Because it's been so long. I was like, oh, man. He said, this isn't Return of the Nerds, bitch. Like, he wasn't lying.
He said, you didn't, Jordan, he said, you didn't fall in a vat of toxic waste. You didn't grow superpowers overnight. Yeah. Bro, sit down.
Go beat your ass.
And then he knocks him to the ground. Then he tells him, get in the car and bring me home.
Oh my God, he does. Thank God.
Thank God for
she came prepared.
Thank God for being, the boss bitch that she is. She got pepper spray in her purse. What'd she do? She pepper sprays Eddie.
She don't think about it. She's like, you know what?
Fuck you, Eddie. Pepper spray.
And Dee and Ray take off to take Dee back to the park because she needs to talk to her friends. And they leave Eddie's ass on the side of the road.
Eddie said,
pepper spade and without a ride home. That's what he get.
That boy said, you got lucky because you got a case of bulimia.
No, you once fat bitch took me out. I was like, what?
Did he call her a once fat bitch?
He said, I wrote it down. He said, you once fat bitch. I was like, damn.
You're just lucky you got a case of bulimia.
That girl is getting.
Oh my God.
You know that's not the first time he told her that. You know she's getting verbally abused.
Right.
He's scary. And I was thinking, like, in another movie, this is not the end of this. This is only the beginning.
No,
this
seriously.
is like, what's that movie that you like with an abusive one? With
Fear?
Yes. I was like, this is the beginning of Fear to me.
Yeah. Could you imagine when I was watching that scene, I was like, I can't have a son. I can't. No. Could you imagine giving birth to something like that? A monster
it was out of left field. It was like, damn. Like, yeah. What?
All she did was like, look, you're drunk right now. I don't want to make out with you. He said, fuck you, you once fat bitch. You're just lucky because you got a case of bulimia. You were fucking nobody before you met me. You were just a fatty driven over football players. And now you think you're hot shit because you're Miss Prom Queen. You're a fucking nobody.
And I want to know the name of the person who wrote that because you got to go to jail, sir.
Right.
Jail.
And then finished it off with, this isn't Return of the Nerds. You didn't fall in a vat of toxic waste.
No, it was wild. I was like, no, huh? I was like, what are we watching?
Eddie was reading bitches to filth. God damn. That nigga got a vicious tongue.
He's got a vicious tongue. Jesus.
God damn.
So that is, that luckily ended it there.
That's the end of Eddie's story.
Yeah. The next day at school, Nicole and Chase are in class together. And Chase comes up to Nicole and he's like, hey, can we talk about what happened? What happened, at the whole kissing thing. Nicole's not vibing it because of that. And then earlier she saw Chase talking with his ex anyways. And look, they look buddy. So she's really over the whole thing. Like, I'm done with this. And she was like, don't you remember we have an easy out clause?
It's supposed to be easy. Now you're out.
Easy.
We're done here.
Yeah, so she's not concerned.
And I wanna add though that Darcy, that's not that girl name, Dulcie, right?
Is also in class.
Is now, she's now wanting to get back with Chase.
Yes.
She pulls Chase aside. She's going on about how they're trying to remove Maya Angelou's poems from the reading list and ban her shit. She's got another cause under her belt. And Chase is why are you... That's a fair cause. So is Alf. Her causes
so is that one. But
her causes are
We don't want to shit on her too much.
We want Maya Angelou in the school books, okay?
It's like, she ain't got to be so damn strict over here. Like, he could have joined that group.
Right,
exactly. Join the animal one.
So she's going on about Maya Angelou, and he's like, why are you telling me this? Like, we're not together anymore. And she's like, well, that's why I wanted to tell you this, because I wanted to see if, like, you wanted to get back together.
Change that.
And I guess, given his situation with Nicole, in some sort of way, I don't know if he tells it. We don't see him say yes. But
no, we don't see.
It's understood that he's like, all right. I mean, this is the whole reason why I did this to begin with.
Yes. See, I got it as, let's talk about this later. Because right after that, he goes to talk to Nicole. I think if his conversation with Nicole would have been differently, he would have told her no.
Right.
But it didn't.
So he talks to Nicole after that with Dulcie? Oh.
Yeah, because Nicole sees them talking before she goes in class, and in class, he tries to talk to her. Yeah.
Oh. So he probably didn't answer her ass.
Yeah.
Then he went and talked to Nicole, and Nicole said, no, we're done. The bet, the gig, the assignment is off. And he's like,
and then while they're in class, so Ray works or helps out with like the news reporting. He's a cameraman
at the school.
So he's while they're doing like a morning update or whatever, he switches out one of the school tapes with a tape that he created of all the popular kids at like basketball games, at the party the other day. He's got a song in the background. I want to hang out with the cool kids. So
I'm in with the in crowd. Or something like that.
So, yeah.
But basically,
it's just like an expose.
He's portraying his high school counterparts as animals, sheep, members of the fascist party.
I thought it was crazy. I'm a Nazi because I go to a basketball game? That was wild for me.
There's like a clip of Hitler in from the 1940s.
Right. And it plays
at his Hitler rally, and everyone's staring up cheering. Then he cuts to everyone standing up cheering at the high school basketball game, trying to compare them to Hitler's, followers.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, nigga.
Damn, I just got some school spirit.
Right.
But if anything that was more important, I'm like, are these kids not going to get like suspended? Because they're like, I don't know. It's like they
weren't doing anything wrong.
I guess there wasn't no obvious liquor in the video, but you could tell they were drunk.
So,
I mean, they seem to really care about the image. I don't know. I mean, if it happened at Mount Carmel, I don't care if there's a cup not in the. We was all going.
This is public school.
I know this is a public school, but also another thing, I didn't really get the point of the video.
Once again,
I didn't.
There's a lot of things in this movie that don't have any goddamn points, that don't make any sense, that are unfinished, incomplete, not fully told or executed. And this is another one. What is the point of this video?
Yeah, maybe that was because maybe Chase needed to be reminded of where he was, because he's like when the video comes on, he's like looking at it like longingly. He's like, "Oh,
I can't believe I used to be in with these animals and these sheep and these fascists."
He's also in the video. He's throwing up, which I think is hilarious. His friend put him in. Like he's the first scene of the video is like him throwing up. So maybe that was like
his wake up call.
Yeah, his wake up call. But I don't fucking know. So after this, Nicole goes with her popular group and she sits down. They already been talking. They're talking about Ray and how they hope he gets suspended and expelled for what the shit that he pulled, and how he's a fucking loser. And Nicole is like, he's not a loser. He's gonna be winning Nobel Peace Prizes while you guys are still
working at the local McDonald's.
Yeah. And they're like, who the fuck? Like, so this is like Nicole's like that Chase is like, rubbing off on her, because
Chase
old Nicole would not have said anything, because old Nicole was like, why are you sticking up for your friend? This is new Nicole. Exactly. New Nicole sticks up for Ray, who she barely knows. Really.
Exactly.
And you know that girl with the loose hair? She looks just like Halle Berry to me. Do you know what I'm talking about? She's only in a couple scenes.
Oh, yeah.
She looks just like Halle Berry to me.
Gotcha.
Every time I see her, I'm like,
she's very pretty.
She's gorgeous. Oh, she's beautiful hair too.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of have like a montage next. It's really a montage of Chase trying to talk to Nicole, call Nicole, and Nicole being like depressed and like sad and not want to talk to Chase, which is crazy. I think she's being really hard ass about this. Like, y'all weren't like, y'all weren't really.
Yeah, we didn't establish that we were dating for real.
Yeah, but maybe wasn't her best friend. Maybe I get that.
Right.
Could have made out with anyone. Maybe not my best friend.
Exactly.
But at this point, everything goes back to its old ways. Chase is hanging out with his core original group again. He's dating Dulce again.
Dulce. That fucking apostrophe. Dulce. It's
a stupid name.
Dulce and Gabbana.
He's dating Dulce again. He's made up with his friends. Brad asks Nicole to the dance. Is another one of the scenes where we see him ask her, but we don't get his reply.
Her reply.
So, who knows what she says? It's a no, obviously, but we're made to be confused. Okay, so yeah, one thing I wanted to mention was Chase is hanging out with Dave. They're back on track again. They're like an amusement park. Dave mentions that he's going to the dance and he's going with his little pen pal, his secretive pen pal, and that she's going to give him her address, the date of the dance, and they're going to go together. He's very excited about that because this whole movie he's been talking about her, and his friends and not at one point where they're like, oh yeah, she's fake, she's a catfish. They're really good friends,
right? Well,
no, in any other movie they would have
been like, oh yeah, she's fake, she's not.
Yeah, you're a loser. But they're like, yeah, she sounds really cool and awesome. That's so exciting. They're really good friends.
That is really sweet, actually.
That is so. They don't question it one fucking bit.
Because do they genuinely believe that she's real? Because I would have been like, bitch.
No, they don't say. Right? They don't say anything. They don't say anything.
But it's like, are they not saying anything because they genuinely think she's real, or are they not saying anything because they just like don't want to, hurt his feelings?
I think it's
because they should really think that she's not real.
I think it's because I think they think she's real.
And that's also concerning to me. Why do y'all think that she's real? Even though she does turn out to be real.
Yeah. But I think it's cute. I think it's very cute. So it is the night of the dance. We see Nicole in her room crying as her mom's knocking on the door. She's like, hey, I'm about to go to the dance. I'll see you there, which is weird. We can't ride together. But she's like crying. She's got her makeup done. And I think at one point, I don't know if we see it, but Nicole remembers that, Ray offered to take her to the dance. So we see her like call up his phone and we assume that she's going to ask him to take her to the dance, which is great. You should have asked him sooner, because why are you waiting until the last fucking minute? I don't know what you thought was going to happen.
Well, he said he was always available.
Yeah. While she's at the prom, her and Ray looks very nice. He cleans up well. He's got his hair done. He's got his outfit together. I think he's a very handsome young boy. But at least Alicia comes up to her and she's like, I'm so sorry that Brad didn't ask you to the dance. I thought he was going to. And Nicole's like, no, he did ask me, but I told him no because I already had a date. But I told him that you were easy and he should ask you.
Ouch!
Burn. So the friendship is dead.
I think that I still think my original thought that she did all of this in an effort to get Brad to ask Nicole.
I don't know. I think so.
I think that's why she came up to her and she was like, I really thought Brad was going to ask you. That's why I did all of this.
No, she's being petty. Because I think even from the beginning, she was like, okay, Brad might ask you out, but Brad might ask me out and I will say yes. Like,
she never said that.
No, she doesn't say that, but she's getting off that vibe. When Dave asks her to talk to him, she's like, oops, sorry. It's my opportunity. Like, she was going to say yes.
That's not the look she gave off. It was like,
she gave off.
I guess I'll go see what he wants. I'm sorry, friend. I don't know.
Then why don't she take him to the dance then?
She needed somebody to go with. Moving on. I just can't believe that she was like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, she was so like cool in the beginning and then it was just a fucking switch. Yeah. So, we're at the dance. it's time for the reveal of
the... Talk about Dulcie.
Oh, sure.
What they're doing? Yeah.
So, meanwhile, while the Centennial Gala dance is going on, of course, the anti-establishmenters are out and about going to some underground poetry slam or some shit. So, Dulcie and Chase are together. They arrive at some club event. I don't know. Maybe it's the Alf thing. Who knows? And Dulcie is walking ahead of Chase. She walks through the door. She greets some friends, says hey, turns to Chase. And Chase is probably like 20 or so feet away from her. She turns to Chase and she's like, come on, come in. And Chase just looks at her. Then she just looks at Chase. And then Chase just looks at her. And now Dulcie knows that Chase will not be coming in with her and that he wants to break up with her.
Yeah. And she like starts crying.
She starts to cry. This now, I've been very critical of this movie. But this scene,
it was great.
I'm gonna give credit to when credit is due for them acting skills. The fact that he's looking at her and he's like, bitch, you know I gotta break up with you. And she looking at him and she's like, why are you not moving? Like, why aren't you coming over here? And then she like slowly realizes, are you breaking up with me? Just by eye contact. They're not even talking. Yeah. No words were exchanged. And then tears start to form in her eyes. I was like, this is grade A acting. Yeah. That was high caliber. Mm-hmm. The bitch just started crying on cue. Right. And no words were exchanged. We knew exactly what was going on. Fantastic.
Like his heart was never back in it. He never, because
he's like, my heart is with another girl, babe.
Yeah. So yes, back at the dance. Who's in attendance? We got Nicole's dad showed up, which is very positive of him. He showed up to, support his daughter. Ray's there. And then, so the event starts.
So, now, it's time for the reveal of the Grand Centennial Sculpture. Yes. We're introduced to Miss Centennial, which is D. She's Miss Centennial, and then Mr. Centennial, which is Brad. Brad, as we know, has picked Alicia as his date, but it is revealed that Alicia has arrived to the Centennial with designated Dave. It is revealed that D has arrived to the Centennial with designated Dave.
Very cute.
She was the pen pal all along. This whole time, these two were pen pals.
They're adorable.
It was perfect. Match made in heaven. He rescued her from her verbally abusive and possibly physically abusive boyfriend. He was her knight in shining armor.
Yes.
And then
I feel like he's going to bring to her like what she misses about, her old life and people genuinely caring about him. And then he's going to get a little bit of, I don't think he's going to be able to integrate like Chase did, but he's going to get a little taste of popularity.
Oh, so that's very true. It all works out.
Yeah.
So,
I think they're going to stand the test of time.
So now that we see that D and Designated Dave are together at the dance, Mrs. Centennial D and Mr. Centennial Brad now reveal the Centennial Sculpture.
Dun, dun, dun. It's hideous.
It's hideous.
It's
hideous. It's just like
hideous. It just looked like something
It looks like a beam. Yeah, it looks like a beam.
Something you climb on to make something. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's got a circle on top. What the fuck?
Literally like a cylinder. Like it literally looks like a cylinder that you would put in the middle of a building.
Yeah,
of the fucking ceiling, and then a circle on top. Terrible. But they reveal it's ugly. Chase, however, is sitting at the top of the sculpture. He slides down quite stiff and awkwardly, I might add, down the statue. That's another thing that pissed me off. Yeah.
Because he's wired. He has like wiring attached to him.
Down that damn sculpture. And it was so stiff.
It was terrible.
Choppy. I was like, this is awful.
It was terrible.
It was not,
It wasn't necessary.
And then it wasn't even like, okay, he slid down.
It wasn't
and
necessary.
Like Nicole was like, oh my God. And then it wasn't like he walked up to her and then it was no moment. Like she went back to like.
Yeah, he's got to go find her.
Ray and was like, yeah, having fun at the dance.
Right.
It was that big
He's so
thing
far away.
That was awkward. And then that was it.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
For nothing.
So Nicole sees that and she's like, whatever. So Ray, are you having fun tonight? And Ray's like, all right, come on, like I appreciate you asking me, but Chase is here. You should probably go make up with him. And Nicole was like, Ray, it was all a scam. It was a hoax. None of it was real. And Ray's basically
like, it was fake.
I sure couldn't tell. Like, bitch, you like him. Wrap it up. And so,
right.
Chase's dad's there. He runs into his dad. His dad's like, Chase, what are you doing here? He's like, exactly. He's like dancing.
Why is his dad there?
Chase is like, why are you here?
I think it's funny that like neither of them, like Chase's dad obviously went with Nicole's mom, but the dad really wasn't expecting Chase to be there, which I think is hilarious. He's like, oh, what the fuck are you doing here? Yeah, he's like, what the fuck are you doing here?
I knew you weren't going to be here.
Which I thought was hilarious.
And so...
Exactly.
They part ways. And Chase goes up to Nicole.
I don't even think they talk about much. He's like, do you want to dance?
Ray?
I don't remember that.
And he's like, no. Well, and he's like, no, I want to dance.
Yeah. I want to dance. And that was a weird dialogue because obviously he doesn't want to dance with Ray. Yeah, she was like trying to insinuate like he was looking for Ray the whole time. Like she was talking to him.
Who wrote this?
No, bitch, I'm talking to you. It was weird.
And then so he's like, well, no, I'm actually hoping to dance with you. And she's like, really? Duh, bitch. Duh. And but this is my favorite.
Duh. So stupid.
And she's like, okay. And then she's like, well, who are we making jealous tonight? And he says, everyone, Nicole. Everyone.
Oh.
And then they dance the night away.
Okay. Dance. And the electrocutes play in the background. They play that song. They remix it. I don't know. It sounds good. It's like
no, we gotta get it.
I don't know what it is, but it sounds so good. I really like it. I like their version of it. It's like a popular love song.
I love you. No.
What is it? Let me see.
I'm loving you.
I'm gonna keep on loving you, 'cause it's the only thing I wanna do. Yeah. But they sing it in like a rock star way. It's a girl band way. It's pretty cool. Just wanna keep loving you. So yeah, so Chase and Nicole head home. They had a great night. Nicole walks Chase to his door and she gives him a little kiss and they're making out when they're interrupted by the door opening, and to their surprise, they see their parents walking out, stumbling out. I think the mom looks disheveled. I think she's got the dad's shirt on, and they're like,
"Oh, okay."
She has like a man's shirt on. She's got like a button down on, and I'm like, that's got to be the dad's shirt. And they're like, Chase and Nicole are confused, and Nicole's mom is like, I guess I'll take this time.
We're dating.
To talk to you guys.
So sorry.
We're dating.
Maybe we should all, take the time to talk about this and
we're moving in. That part too.
Nicole and Chase look at each other.
Which is crazy.
We don't have time to unpack this.
Don't have time for this.
I'm going to take me and my man and we're going to the treehouse to make out.
Right. She said, this is my happily ever after, and I actually don't.
Well, me and Chase are gonna go over here, and we're gonna.
Yeah, she's like, this is a Monday thing.
Not today, Satan.
Not today, bitch. Not today. And I just thought that was an interest. I don't know. It's just like a random thing to add at the very end.
Another issue.
It's like,
what the fuck did they add that in? How is this gonna work out? Who's moving into whose house?
Yeah.
Y'all don't.
It's stupid. Y'all don't need to move into each other's house.
Keep your own right. Y'all already.
What more do you want?
Enough. Keep your own individual homes.
Right.
Because people move
y'all have two properties.
To each other. Y'all are neighbors. Y'all don't need to get any close.
If anything, y'all should knock down the fence and just have a super house, have an estate. Have a mini compound. Yeah. It's stupid. Y'all don't need to move in each other. Y'all gonna sell the house? Nobody better sell the house. And then how y'all gonna move in each other? And I just found out y'all was dating. Hold on. I need to know y'all dating before this man moves into to our home. And is Chase moving? And they're like, we're moving in with each other. Are we moving in with each other? Because y'all seem to be talking about y'all two. I know, but they just made it seem like we're moving in with each other. Like, no, we all, like, we're your kids. We're moving in with y'all too. Like, the fuck? It's gonna be messy. That's ill. They're gonna be, God bless you. They're gonna be going on double dates in their own home. And you know it's gonna be messy because they ain't lasting. I can tell you that right now. Chase and Nicole, God bless you, are not gonna make it the long haul.
It's just gonna make it worse. Okay, so let's say Chase
I think
mom and dad get married. Let's say Chase and Nicole break up.
Yeah.
And then the mom and the dad get married.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That's just opens up a complete new can.
No, yeah. Then they're gonna break up because I think deep at his heart, Chase is anti-establishment. Yeah. Like he is. I feel like he tried the popularity, but like he is still like a emo kid, and I feel like Nicole is just too preppy. I don't think it's gonna work.
But
long term,
that's for another movie.
Yeah, but they cute. I mean, they cute. He's cute. I don't know if I like her as a rom-com person.
The movie itself had issues.
I didn't like it.
Her in this movie, I enjoyed her and him. Really,
I wasn't really crazy about it.
I did.
I liked him. I did not like her.
I think the role that she played is very believable.
I don't know, something about her. She didn't. I didn't buy it.
Guess we're gonna have to agree to disagree.
I don't know what it is, but
that's right.
Still, a good movie. Fun times. Do you think it stands the test of time of rom-coms of the 19? You think it's still one of your favorites?
It is. Because at the end of the day, it meets the equation. We got to dance. We got to party.
Right.
We got some sort of wager, bet, alliance, scheme.
Mm-hmm.
It meets. We got a house party. It meets the formula.
Right.
That's needed for a 1990 early 2000 teen coming of age romantic comedy. It checks off all the boxes. Not all of them. Well, those boxes, yes. The tiny boxes, they got some issues there, but nonetheless, don't forget to like, rate, subscribe, review, comment, even if it is a bad comment. That sentence tripped me up.
A bad comment, but not really. Follow us on all socials at Please Don't Spoil the Movie or Please Don't Spoil.
It's been real. It's been fun.
All right. Good night, ladies and gentlemen.
And everyone
teens
in
and
between.
And middle-aged women.
Bye.
Yes. Bye.